howdy. Welcome
Oh
to
my
Give Us
God,
the Launch Codes.
I'm Tom.
I'm Travis.
Are we back after our vacation?
Yeah, Tom, I assume you killed a deer while you were on vacation. If you can't see, Tom is wearing like camo with an angel's hat that actually it's not a camo hat, but the color matches the shirt. Um, yeah, it's like you were hunting something in the bayou not too long ago. That's what you look like. You look like
Well,
Larry the Cable Guy, actually.
well, I did just recently kill a five-topping large pizza from Domino's. That was delicious.
Oh.
That was good. Hey man, dude, we that was a nice 4th of July off.
It was. It was. What did you do?
So for everyone there, their last episode that came out, we pre-recorded that because we take 4th of July off because we take our holidays seriously here. That's how we are American.
Hmm.
For my 4th of July, me, my wife, my both boys, and my parents, we went over to my cousin's house on my dad's side. He was hosting, and it was everyone was over. Even my cousin from Texas, because she moved there about 6 years ago with her husband and two boys as well, came over, and it was great. They had a big bounce house water slide for the kiddos, and the boys loved it because they got to play with not meet only meet two new cousins, but play with the other three that they've known. There was jalapeno poppers wrapped in bacon, and I ate 10 of those. Oh my gosh. I even put one in the cheeseburger I ate. Oh my God. I had two hot dogs, three sausage sandwiches. I had some Texas sheet cake. I had four cookies. I had nine beers. It was so good, dude. Oh, and you want to know what's funny?
Hmm.
So my oldest cousin Lauren, she has two boys. They're the oldest of the babies, a 10 and an 8-year-old. The 10-year-old roasted his Nina hard in front of everyone. Dude, are you ready?
Yeah.
He goes up to her. Imagine, keep in mind, he's 10.
Hmm.
He went up to her, and you know who his Nina is. You know who my cousin Claire is.
Yeah.
He went up to her and was like, "Hey, Nina," and she's like, "Yes, honey." Like, how old are you? And she's like, "Oh, I'm 24, sweetie. You're 24." Yes, I am. Swear to God, in her eyes, looking into her soul, he said, "Wow, okay, because I thought you were in your 30s," and then he walked away
What? What the- Damn.
in front of everyone. He said, "I love the best part." He said, "In, not 30, in your
In
30s."
your 30s. Yeah, well past 30.
And then he got her again. Hey, mom. Yeah. When did you start dating? Oh, honey, I didn't start dating until I was 17. 17? Yeah, that's when I started dating. Wow, 17. Looked right back at his Nina. And you're still single? Out of the blue. Out of the blue, he's doing this shit.
God. Did he learn this from you?
I don't, he's
Is
in
this
Texas. He's in Texas. How? And let's
Yeah,
say,
because
hey,
this is your humor.
yeah, hey, you know what? It's hey, this is kind of all our humors. He's really taking more after his grandfather. My uncle's kind of got this is just, hey, our humor's in the blood, dude. It's just in our
Yeah.
blood.
Um,
How was yours?
let's see. I went to well,
Mm.
first of all, let's see. It was a packed weekend. Yeah, like Thursday, I went to see the Long Beach Coast again. Once again, they beat their I think they were playing Oakland, the Oakland Ballers, the new baseball team of Oakland. Um, and they beat them like 14-1, and it was great. And they followed that with the drone show, which had music attached to it. And once again, if there's anything more American than apple pie, it's everyone just deliberately. I won't even say misunderstanding, just completely ignoring the meaning of "Born in the USA" by
Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen. Just everyone refused. And you know what I realized is like nobody actually sings along to that song except in the chorus. Nobody knows the verses. It's not. Nobody ever sings along. Um, so to any of the verses, let alone send me off to a foreign land to go and kill the
The
yellow
Yellow
man.
Man.
I don't. Maybe maybe that slur is like too quaint now that like people have come up with like worse things to call Asians, or
Oh
maybe
God, dude, you have no idea some of the shit I've heard.
that just like that doesn't really register anymore. I don't know.
You know,
Um,
oh fuck, dude. I swear, no, it's sorry. You bring that up. It took me back to COVID. The slurs for Asians has changed so much. During the craziness of it all, I
don't say
overheard.
them.
No, no, trust me, it's not. It. Just hold on. I'm only say one. Hold on. But I was watching the madness of people just ripping open cases, staking all the meat, just grabbing and ripping and yelling
At
and all
your
that.
retail job.
Yeah, where I used to work during COVID, where I still do work, but during COVID in the meat department, they're just destroying everything, just ripping everything apart, yelling and screaming. Behind me, I heard this. I heard this. Those goddamn jungle people. And in my head, I'm like this. Who the fuck? I was like, who the hell said? Wait, hold on. There's no black people in front of me. I'm like, hold on. Like, no, swear, hold on. Yeah, yeah. I looked around. I'm like this. There's not a single black person. What the hell? I turned around. It's another guy who's Asian, and I'm looking at him, and I look back. I'm like, oh, he's talking about Vietnamese. Oh,
Is he like old enough to have
yeah. He was.
served?
No, he was like in his mid 40s, maybe early 50s.
Oh,
So something from his
oh,
dad. So something from his dad. He had a Brian Griffin
clearly.
moment. Brian Griffin moment. But yeah, no, you're right. It's changed. Like the yellow man, it's not what it used to mean because people are like, think about it. They're calling Asians jungle people now, and I'm like, that's not what that was originally used
That
for.
also sounds outdated, but
Yeah,
whatever. Because
that's
that it's like it's 50 years ago. Get over it.
they make our Nikes. We're not that mad.
um. So yeah, that was Thursday. Friday, I did something, and we'll talk about that
Yeah,
in
we
the
did something
video.
together. Yeah.
Saturday, did some yeah, visited my parents with the dog. They had a family friend come over who also brought her new puppy. And so Tater Tot got to make a friend.
Oh, good.
He watched the fireworks. He was even more calm this year than last year.
Oh, that's good because
Tatey handles fireworks like a
unfortunately,
champ.
people have a hard time with their dogs during fireworks, where they got to drug them.
Yeah,
Good for you though. It doesn't have to happen to
yeah,
them.
yeah, and well, you know what helps is we give our dog crate time when our automatic vacuum, the Roomba, goes off. So it's like, oh, you could take a nap in the crate in the middle of the day while the Roomba goes around, and then the crate's right next to the TV, so we play sometimes we'll play desensitizing sounds. So it's like we'll play like a YouTube video of fireworks noise
Oh,
just
so
to
he's
kind of
good.
get him used to what that sounds like,
That's smart, man.
and that seems to be really paying off. Yeah, he handled that great. So proud of him. Yeah, and then Sunday, we went to my wife and I and a few friends. We went kayaking around the marina
Ooh.
area. You know,
Yeah, I've
like the
done it. Yeah,
Naples
I've done
neighborhood,
it. Yeah,
where
it's nice. It's nice to
yeah,
kayak in that area.
well, yeah, and the cherry on top is like we went to there's this one spot, this one specific, I guess you could call it block since it's technically a neighborhood, but it's like
Okay.
houses with it's people that own boats, so they live by the boats that they own. Um, moon jellies.
Oh, no way.
We got to see moon jellies like
Chilling out.
hanging out right below us. It's great. It's so much fun. And that was my weekend. The weekend was great. And then the week after, I turn on the news, and it's like, what? We're not. Uh, Mitch McConnell's in a Schrodinger's cat state. Graham Plattner turned out to be a rapist, and which a lot of people have
And
egg on their faces, including
and
myself, probably.
and apparently Japan's firing missiles at us.
Yes, yes. So we got a peek in an alternate timeline that had the Islamic Republic of Japan
So I hope so. I hope someone makes that alternative history real
in
soon.
Earth 12569 is
That
Japan
hey,
became an Islamic Republic.
that's the spin-off to Man in the High Castle. Well, hey, you know what? I'm glad you brought up some news. So before we jump into what this episode is really about, there's some fun things that did happen while we were on break, folks, and we're gonna go over that real quick. You ready, man? Well, first off, did you know that there was a Russian couple who climbed the Empire State Building and did a proposal?
Yes. Oh, wait, was that this week or was that before?
That was last week.
Oh, that was last week. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So It happened July. It happened right before 4th of July. I think I remember right.
Okay.
Damn, it's been a while. 33-year-old Angelina Nicolau, if I'm saying it right, and 32-year-old Ivan Kuznetsov,
Couscous? No.
Couscous.
Who's
They
Ivan
climbed.
Couscous?
They climbed the Empire State Building, free climbed it, no gear, just their hands. Climbed all the way to the top, put a big flag on it that, power to the people moment, basically.
Yeah.
What they say is basically like when we
Let's love each other.
basically, yeah,
It,
focus on the
it, it
power
might
of
as well
love.
have been the Tommy Wiseau quote. If we all loved each other, the world would be a better place.
Yeah, and then he proposed to her right there on top, and he kind of set the bar. Let's just say this: I'm so glad we are been married already for a while, so we have to top that shit. God, I feel bad for a lot of
Well,
boyfriends right now.
it reminds me of course, the joke I kept seeing was
Oh yeah, yeah,
it's always sunny quote. It's
yeah.
like, well, she's got to say yes because of the implication.
It's funny when you said that. Right after that, they released more footage. The couple themselves, dude. Apparently, she was nagging his ass the entire time climbing up there. That's what's funny. No, dude, like he was the one on top taking pictures, doing all the camera work, and she's like, "This, what are you doing? My hair's not in the way. My hair's in the way. What are you doing? Like, we need to wait now. Wait. Hey, I think we got some good pictures. No, we didn't. We're gonna keep taking more pictures. Okay, honey, I just think we got some good ones. We climbed all this way for nothing. We climbed here for a reason, right? So it's gonna be perfect. So keep
We're gonna
climbing
go
up."
to jail after this.
Dude, no, she was nagging his ass. That made me laugh so hard. Like he was nagging his ass. I'm like, lady, you guys are like one-handing the Empire State Building. You can't be nagging him like this. And then, because we're getting the World Cup is happening, folks, as we record, Norway and England are wrapping up their game, as well as the next game coming up, which is the Switzerland and who's the next game?
I don't fucking know.
Hold on. Patience and love here. Argentina and Switzerland are at 6.
Oh, and
So,
Messi would the Shohei Ohtani of soccer. Lionel Messi's playing that game.
yes, and I just sent you a picture. People have been having fun with Norway's number 9, Erling Haaland. I sent you a
Yeah, the
picture.
Viking looking dude.
Yeah, just look at the picture I sent you. People have been having fun with him. He looks like the character.
Oh, okay.
He looks like the one of the I think it's Majin Buu from Dragon Ball Z. Oh, I was dying, dude. Yeah, he looks like a Dragon Ball Z, one of the Dragon Ball Z villains. He kind of does, right?
Just looks like he should be Thor. You know.
Also,
Uh,
as speaking of the World Cup, Travis, as you know, there is no more cum in the World Cup anymore.
yeah. North America. Well, the North America that matters got knocked out.
Canada, Mexico, and the USA got pretty much had their asses handed to them.
I'm for America's loss. I'm going to blame Trump. Trump too. Second term Trump is a curse. Now that he's a curse ever since he wants to like get involved with sports, the teams that he roots for lose. At least lose the games that he gets involved with, whether it's by attendance. I mean, the Chiefs got their asses beat like a bunch of little bitches at the Super Bowl, and of course
Oh
he was a
yeah.
bandwagoning Chiefs fan. The Knicks lost game 3. They couldn't pull the sweep because he attended. There's like another example, and I forget what. Um, fucking but yeah, and then he asked FIFA, "Hey, can you like overturn the red card?" And then they did, and then the US loses. And suddenly like everyone hates America. Like everyone like America's not the adorable underdog like, "Oh, you guys are finally good at soccer." Now everyone hated us. And it's
Yep.
like, "Thanks a lot, Mr. President. You just it has to be about you. It always has to be about you, you selfish prick. Just leave our sports alone." Oh God. And here's the worst thing. He likes to bandwagon teams that are like consistently doing great. Did this with the Patriots. He was a Patriots fan for a while, but then the Chiefs became the new Patriots, so then he became a Chiefs fan. Dear God in heaven, please say nothing about the Dodgers. Do not, if the Dodgers go to a World Series again, do not show up. Please, for the love of God, do not show up because we will lose.
Well,
I
didn't
will
that
call it now. If Trump goes to a World Series game and the Dodgers are in it again, the Dodgers will lose.
I remember this happened with the Yankees. Well, I remember hearing about it. This happened with the Yankees, people said too. And like, was it the late 80s, early 90s when the Yankees went to the World Series and they lost a game that he attended? And it was the only game he attended and they lost it? Like, bad.
Ooh,
Do you remember hearing about this?
ooh,
There's
no,
pictures
but
of
it
him.
predates his presidency.
Yeah, it was either
Interesting.
late 80s, early 90s. And he's a picture of him. He's in the stand, like maybe 6 rows back, maybe. And you can see him because he's in his suit, the same suit he's
Hmm.
wearing for like 50 years, and they lost horribly that game. So it's kind of like a no, like this has been happening. Any game he attends, it's like weirdly not good.
I mean, he destroyed the old USFL because he was pushing for it to be like an NFL competitor instead of what it always should have been was an NFL minor league.
And by the way, it looks like Norway is defeated. England won 2-1
Well,
England after extra time. They put up a hell of a fight. Both places were fighting in Miami, though, man. That
yeah.
humidity will fuck you up. And this Argentina and Switzerland, whoever wins, that'll decide who plays against England.
Okay. Well, my wife it doesn't care about soccer, but she's like anything but England.
Oh, dude. Oh, speaking, you know what's
Anything but
funny?
my ancestral colonizers.
I'm glad you said that. I'm no, I'm funny. I'm glad you said that. When Mexico went up against England, Mexico lost, obviously. Uh, Scottish people in Scotland were raising the Mexican flag for that game. Not the government. The Scottish citizens raised the Mexican flag that day for that game. That's insane. That's awesome.
God bless.
All right, you ready to get into it now?
Oh yeah, I guess we'll start the actual episode. Uh,
Ladies and gentlemen, before we do, though, just remember, please, we are on Instagram, we are on YouTube, we are on Spotify, we are on RSS, we are on Apple Podcasts, we are on Blue Sky, platform formerly known as Twitter, TikTok, all that good jazz, all the socials. Please check us out.
we're all the things, all the things.
We're
Come
on
check us
Grinder
out.
now, like Travis likes to say. We're on Grinder.
Yeah, if we get desperate, we'll go on Rumble as well.
Ooh,
No, I'm just kidding. I won't stoop that low.
ooh, yeah, yeah.
Um,
England won. Jesus, that's insane.
so what are we doing? We're talking about the few movies that we've
So we've
seen.
seen in between us two, we've seen 6 movies.
Yeah,
We didn't.
uh,
We saw Toy Story 5 separately. We saw the Backrooms together. That's two.
yeah.
You saw Supergirl.
Hmm.
I saw We Bury the Dead with my wife. It was Daisy Ridley. It's on Hulu. Came out
Okay.
earlier this year. That's a good one. And then you and I both about a month ago we saw Hoppers.
Yeah, and then I saw Mandalorian and Grogu.
Ew.
I want to talk about Backrooms last.
Ew.
That's the to me that's the most interesting out of all of these. But
Well,
I mean,
well, the thing is, this is not really a movie review of each one. It's more of like where the industry is and what we're seeing and how it changed. Because a lot of stuff came out like big name titles, IPs, and sleeper
yeah,
hits. So let's okay, real quick. Let's do five like quick one on I guess the Mandalorian and Grogu because that's the least interesting one. How was that?
yeah. Did you watch it?
No,
Okay,
why?
all right.
It sucks after season 2. It
Yeah,
just
that's it's correct.
season 3 was kind of hard to watch a little bit, dude. Why would I go pay to see a 4-hour TV show?
Well, okay, it was about 2 hours and 15 minutes, but it was still too long. I will give you that. It was way too long for the lack of depth it had. I look at the box office numbers for that, of which it's getting like outpaced by two, alternative horror movies. I think that says a lot. I think Star Wars needs to stop. I
Yeah.
think it's time.
Stick to
I
video
think
games. Stick to video games.
to quote an elder Luke Skywalker, it's time for the Star Wars to end. It's time for it to stop. Just let's go let's
Oh.
go like 20 years
Yeah.
maybe. Just no, if only that. And then see if anyone gives a shit. It's interesting that like, this was like the return to Star Wars in theaters for the first time in like 7 years. and it was based on a TV show that at least was popular at some point. It was kind of like, I mean, The Mandalorian was kind of like the was like an attempt to rejuvenate the brand after the Rise of Skywalker kind of shit all over it, um, by just being awful and offering nothing. Um, and then they shat the bed on that one too, because the promise of the Mandalorian being, oh, new character, new adventures, we get to expand the galaxy, the universe in a way that feels textural and
Yeah.
feels like, we're just doing Planet of the Week stuff, old school sci-fi, basically. I mean, I wouldn't call Star Wars sci-fi, but old school sci-fi television. And then Dave Filoni was like, "All
I
right,
like
I'm
my
gonna
toys. I like
I
to
I
play with my
will I
toys.
like to play with my toys, especially the toys that I created. Y'all remember the Clone Wars? Because we're gonna follow up on Clone Wars." And I'm like, fuck you. That's the one good thing I'll say about this movie is that it didn't have any Filoni baloney bullshit that you felt like you had to do homework.
Oh my
Um,
god,
I mean,
funny.
like granted the plot revolves around Jabba the Hutt's son, which I guess was set up in
Clone
the
Wars
Clone
movie.
Wars pilot movie.
I saw
But
that
you
in
don't have to
theaters.
have seen that. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Um
The funny part is like, hey, remember Jabba's son? He's jacked.
he's jacked, yeah, and but other than that it's just like there's nothing
There's
really
no
there.
there's no
It's
meat.
there's no meat. Like if this was 90 minutes, if this was like a lean 90 minutes, I might be okay with it. But just 2.5 or 2 hours and 15 minutes or whatever, like, eh, it gets old, it gets long, and it felt lazy too. Like, because the Mandalorian's the Din Djarin character has just become invincible now. It was like watching someone play a video game on New Game Plus after they maxed out their stats to
Mhm.
where they are just untouchable. That's what watching the movie was like. To where there's no tension. There's no tension, and then there was no cleverness. And then when the main character does hit a low point, because there's a scene where he gets poisoned, you don't really
Oh yeah,
care
I told
because you're
her.
like, oh,
Well, he'll be fine.
I guess this needs to happen because movie. But why are you wasting my time? He should survive this because he's been invincible for everything else. There's even a scene where they're like he's with the group of people they're gonna infiltrate a base to capture some like ex-imperial mobster type, and someone literally says it's like this is a very well guarded base, one does not enter. And then the next scene, like the Mandalorian just bursts from the ceiling in the dude's office and is just shooting everybody like no big deal. Like, oh really? We're not gonna do some Mission Impossible shit where like we have to be clever about how we sneak around because it's really dangerous. No, lazy, lazy, lazy,
couldn't
lazy.
couldn't even have one moment of him in the hallway like choking out a dude kind of thing and hiding the body in a comical way.
Yeah, like I get that Beskar armor means that you can deflect laser beams, but
Yeah, but he
okay.
he had that on in season two and he was taking hits. Remember?
Yeah, yeah,
He had the
and
Beskar armor on in season two and he took some brutal hits.
and also
That
those
I thought that
episodes were like 45 minutes long at most, so you didn't there wasn't a lot of repetition there. It's
no.
just yeah, so waste of my time. Um yeah, saw that.
All right.
Let's
Since
trade
I didn't
off.
see how this since I didn't see it. Oh no, actually do one more because I didn't see it again. Supergirl. I'll talk about We Bury the Dead next, but do Supergirl. Like how was that?
Supergirl was fine. That doesn't sound
No, that's
promising. It was fine. I mean,
it's a movie. All movies should be
I
fine.
preferred I mean, I think I prefer James Gunn's Superman better. For one, James Gunn knows how to light a scene while using a digital cinema camera, and apparently Craig Gillespie does not.
Oh, this is a
Uh,
different director. I thought this was James Gunn's movie
nope,
too.
nope. I mean, it's under his purview because this is the Gunverse now. But no, no, no. Yeah, this is directed by a guy named James. Gu no, sorry. Craig Gillespie. I think that's his name. And then yeah, a script written by I think Anna Niguria. All I remember from her Wikipedia page is that she played Elizabeth Schuyler in the workshop version of Hamilton before it went on Broadway, which is an interesting fun fact. So she's in the theater playwright. Well, whatever. Um, yeah, no, the big complaint, it's like it's I've complained about this before, is like there's a lot of scenes where it's too dark, or
Oh,
characters just aren't they don't know how to backlight somebody or
the
front or spotlight someone, and characters just kind of blend with the background. That was a big problem. Script wise, character wise, solid. Solid. It's not the best. It's not like the most groundbreaking thing I've ever seen, but in terms of being like Mad Max in space meets True Grit with a touch of John Wick.
oh, I like that.
Yeah, yeah, because if you watch the movie, you're like, oh, Supergirl is essentially Rooster Cogburn, and the girl with the sword is I forget the girl's name. I just want to thank Haley Steinfeld because that's who played her in the remake of True Grit. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. As far as that pitch, I think it worked just fine. I get defensive because it got like it got like 55% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like critics were weirdly harsh on it in ways that I know that they wouldn't be. I'm just gonna say it. I know they wouldn't be harsh on a movie like this if the main character was a man. But since the main character was a woman, well, suddenly now we got to raise our standards. Now the movie has to be perfect. It has to be the greatest thing you've ever seen.
Well,
And
it made 110 million, so that I mean that's down.
not good. It lost money.
Oh
I
shit, it
think,
did.
yeah, no, like
Oh,
no, like his budget was like 160 something. It lost
ugh.
money. It's like it's projected to lose 100 million in total when you take into account obviously like marketing spending, like not just its budget. So well, that's unfortunate for Millie Alcock. She was great in it. Um, is fine. I'm I'm more ready to see you know Superman proper. I'm ready. The Clayface movie could be interesting from Mike Flanagan. Um, it's fine. It's fine. um, okay. So
Sorry.
then
Sorry. That
you.
reminded me of Han Solo and New Hope. We're fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. How are you?
When I think of like the harsh reaction to it, I just think of this line from the co-creator of Everybody Hates Chris that he gave in an interview with on a 2012 documentary called Showrunners,
Hmm.
where he says everybody says Tina Fey, she's such a genius working on Kodiak. Well, she has to be. She would have to be a genius to get that show made. And he's talking about like double standards of like women and minority creators like having to be essentially better than most of their white male counterparts who can get by with less. And that's kind of how I felt about like the critical reaction to Supergirl. It's like it's fine. It's not that bad, guys.
Are you saying it was like it was like unnecessarily harsh, where it's just like this is more just being mean than actually critiquing a movie?
Yeah, yeah. Like and you'd hear like some wild quotes from like reviews. Like apparently there was one reviewer who was like, I don't understand the motivation of why Supergirl cares about her dog so much. It's like it's her fucking dog. Did
Yeah.
you not see the last movie?
Did you
Do
know?
you just hate dogs?
Or did you not see
Crypto
any?
is awesome.
Oh, or did you not see John Wick?
The movie is about Supergirl trying to save her poisoned doggy, which is why you don't see a lot of him in the movie, which made me sad. I was like, oh, I
He's
like that Poochie.
he's not here because he's dying.
He's dying, and Supergirl's got to save him, which is why she reluctantly goes on the quest, being drunk. Um, some good stuff. There's some good stuff in that movie. Um, all right. What
So I
else?
saw a movie. I saw a movie you didn't see.
Did you see it in
Real quick.
theaters?
No, I saw it at home because
Okay.
so it came out earlier this year, January 2nd. It's on Hulu now, folks. So go check it out. We Bury the Dead, starring Daisy Ridley. Speaking of Star Wars, as we did,
Mm-hmm.
um, it is a survival thriller it's kind of a different take on the zombie apocalypse. It's set in the island of Tasmania. Get a lot of
Okay.
got a lot of those down under accents.
Nice.
Basically, a woman goes into a quarantine zone after a nuclear bomb, but maybe it wasn't nuclear. And she's trying to find her husband, and she's trekking across the Tasmanian outback, and there's zombies. But it's different because it's like there's still something like a light in the back of their eyes, but it's you can't tell if it's like a zombie light or is it the human light because they still attack, but it's the way they go about it. Some are runners, some are walkers, some are staring at themselves in the mirror, some are looking at you for help, but like they're coming at you still.
It's kind of like it's kind of like the infected in Last of Us, where they're not really dead. They're just they're just not in control of their bodies.
Yeah, it's almost like this trapness of confusion.
Hmm.
It had like a budget of about 4 million, made about 3.8, so lost some money. It's an indie film. It's really slow burner,
Yeah.
but it was really good because it was a nice okay because it's okay what you said. Okay, we got Star Wars that will never end. We got superhero fatigue going on, and we got zombies that are always going to because of The Walking Dead. Zombies are just going to zombie all the time. I mean, there's a new zombie game even coming out the end of this year, November, from I think a Dutch studio, where the whole point of that game it's all permadeath. You get touched, not attacked, not scratched, not bitten. You just get touched by a zombie. It's an instant kill death. So zombies are going to be ever since The Walking Dead's success. It's just going to be zombie mania all the time. But this was a different take because it was cool because it was about the cleanup factor. Like they're still around, but they're cleaning up and they're asking civilians for help and they're trying to figure out why are people coming back? What was the point of the bomb? You never know who launched the missile, but it wasn't a fallout. It was literally a zombie apocalypse that came about it, but it's that different take about it and you hear stuff of like, well, the only ones we've noticed so far that are coming back. It's a throwaway line, but the ones that are coming back seem to be the ones who they were people who had a lot still going on in their lives. Like almost like mid redemption arc cutoff stuff.
Huh.
Like it was really good. There was a moment too with like is that zombie pregnant? What the it's
Ah.
moving. The belly's moving like that, and it was more focused too on on a marriage where you find out had some issues through some
Mhm.
flashbacks. And what was interesting about that, Daisy Ridley, first of all, is a fantastic actress. She is. She's really a good
Yeah.
actress. She was just in a shitty trilogy. She was in a shitty Star Wars
Oh
trilogy.
yeah.
That girl can act. That woman can act.
Yeah, I remember when watching The Force Awakens, it was like, this is like like a so-so plot, and even the character of Rey in that movie was like underwritten,
Yeah, it
but
is. Well, we found
her
out why. It was
performance
all
didn't.
underwritten.
Yeah, like
Everything was
turns
under.
out nobody knew what they were doing, but she just sold it,
Yeah,
and I was mostly at the time I was excited
for
for what
her.
was coming next, mostly for her.
I was only
Um,
watching the trilogy for her because she's phenomenal. I've
mhm,
watched. I think everyone needs to watch everything non Star Wars involving her. She did a Lady Macbeth movie. She did this movie. She did one about the British woman who the first woman to cross the English Channel, like swimming it. It's on
mhm.
Disney Plus, by the way. No, she holds us together because in the movie she's holding it together. Like she's emotional. She doesn't know if her husband's alive or dead.
Yeah.
She traveled internationally to come get him. And she's like sometimes on the verge of tears, sometimes in tears, sometimes holding it together, having to be tough. She has to fight. She's dealing with humans too, to a degree. And she's that like, what would you do to get back for your husband? It's well done. It's a slow burner. It's not long. It's a fascinating take on the zombie apocalypse because It's just a different perspective. I think everyone should watch it. Check it out. Now let's jump into what we both saw. Let's start off with Hoppers.
Yeah, Avatar with animals. The
That was
most
the fun.
obvious
That was
joke.
the funniest fucking line though, because it came from the character who didn't give two shits.
Yeah.
That one doctor did not give a shit. And it's just like it's exactly like Avatar. You're like, no, it's not. It is. It's Avatar. It's
Yeah.
fucking Avatar with beavers.
I
I
thought the
liked it.
movie, yeah, I thought the movie was pretty good.
That was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, yeah. Part of me, part of me was hoping they'd go in a different direction with the ending of like, we can't argue with each other. Guess we gotta work together. So I guess developing over some forest land is fine as long as we leave some other land open. And I'm like, it still seem like these things are opposed to each other.
Oh, I thought it
But
was
then
gonna
there's
hit. I thought it was gonna hit harder. I'm not gonna lie. I thought the ending was gonna be a little more realistic.
yeah. I like that the mayor wasn't fucking evil.
No,
That
he was
uh,
never evil. You could tell he was never
yeah,
evil.
like he wasn't like I am the evil politician. Like no, he's like a decent guy. He has
He
like
makes
his
pancakes for his sick mama.
who lives with him. And
Yes,
and
because
it's
she's
like,
old.
okay, so this is, so it kind of leans more of like, okay, this is more of like an institutional problem. This isn't just nefarious actor. If only we had a good CEO. Like no, this isn't it doesn't
No.
doesn't it goes as far as a Disney movie can with that. Honest to God, I'm watching this movie and I'm like, this guy gives me Gavin Newsom vibes.
Oh, at the beginning, it got better, thank God. But at the beginning, yeah. No, you know what I liked? I liked that it wasn't, I'm making money off this highway deal, real estate development, land develop. No, it was like this, dude. I need to shave off some like. I'm trying to save 8 minutes. Shave 8 minutes off my voters commute time. I'm shaving off 8 minutes. This is going to
Yeah.
help everyone. I am shaving off 8 minutes. I'm sorry. I have to do some kind of shitty things, but I'm not killing anyone. I'm just.
He's yeah, he's a Democrat. It's like, oh, this is our intent. He's not just a politician. He's a Democrat as envisioned by more informed Hollywood liberals.
Well, yeah, because he still does some shitty things, but it's like this. Yes, I forcibly moved the animals out of this area ravine, but I didn't kill any of them. I just kicked them out a little bit, and it's shitty. But I'm sorry, we got to build. Like it's just part of the development. We're growing. No one died.
I love some of the unhinged. There's some unhinged stuff in that
Oh,
movie. Like
dude,
starting with like the hey, if you gotta eat, you
you
gotta
gotta
eat.
eat. Pawn
And then
rules.
it's like the beaver being like, whoa, whoa. I was like the beaver being like, well, he was gonna eat me. Oops, don't fuck around with our rules. Like the rules are important. And then the
Don't
bear
you
is
love?
like, I'm not.
Yeah,
You know what? I don't want to eat him. Now,
yeah.
now
It's,
it's
I'm
just
not,
weird.
yeah, he's like this. I'm not like screw it. You ruined my. It's literally you ruined my dinner. You literally ruined it. And I love how everyone's like this. It's pawn rules. What do you mean? You gotta eat. Eat. It's pawn rules. Sorry. Like we got. Remember? I love how the Beaver King was like this. Look, we got to work together. We're in a very small environment. We're all on top of each other, but we're working it out. Eat only when you need to eat. It's a first of all, it's a bear, and the bear's like this. All right, fine. He's being actually helpful. He just ate a small. He didn't even go after a deer. He went after a lazy beaver, and that was going to be his only meal. And he's like, "It's pawn rules, bitch."
It's kind of like they spell out. They did a better job than the Lion King did of spelling out the
The
whole
circle of
circle of
life.
life concept. And it just it reminds me. It reminds me of the famous Wire quote. It's all in the game, man.
Yeah.
All in the game.
Well, I I love how the take we get of like the animal community, and it's just them just chilling with each other. Really, it's like, oh yeah, no, you can have a bear next to like a couple of gophers, and nothing's gonna happen because it's like, well, he's not hungry or he's not a mindless evil bastard who just kills to kill. It's like it's like yeah, it's a couple of gophers. I don't give a fuck about them. I'm gonna chill. I'm a bear.
um,
And
yeah,
then
there's that. Then there's other stuff like the freaking like the butterfly.
dude, the insects.
Basically, the butterfly Lannisters is what I'm gonna
Oh,
call them.
don't you love
And
how the insects were the evil ones?
yes,
Like, okay, so for anyone who hasn't seen this movie yet, by the way, and we will talk about the main character, but right now we're talking about the animals. There's the Beaver King, and the Beaver King is in charge of all mammals, which also oddly includes amphibians, which is kind of interesting because there's the Frog King who's in control of amphibians, but remember the Beaver King had a couple of salamanders in his group, so it's that interesting overlap.
yeah.
There's the goose was in charge of all avian creatures. The goose king was all that. There's the fish queen who was in charge of all fish, and then the snake sisters were in charge of all reptiles.
Yeah.
And then there's the insect butterfly queen who was in charge of all insects. But they were fucking evil. The
They're
insects were
fucking
fucking
evil, and they
evil.
met like gruesome fates.
Yeah. Dude.
Like just the squish
And
bit,
then
and then
the rub
he she wipes it on the wall,
the main
and you
character.
see like slime.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
blood and guts. It's blood and guts. And I
it's
love
just
her.
really
Hey, her son. Like it was basically
yeah,
Joffrey.
yeah, basically King Joffrey as a caterpillar. Yeah, that was oh yeah, and then the King Joffrey gets like a hopper, a human hopper
Yeah,
of
and
his own.
it's named Franco.
And that shit was like nightmare fuel, especially when like the fake skin starts like
Yeah,
falling off the face.
and the
It's
way he was
like
walking, the
yikes.
way he was walking and talking and just like smiling. I'm like, and I love how they got Dave
Like
Franco to do that part specifically. It works so well.
he sounded like a South Park character.
I know. It
He
was.
he was doing the way that he was talking like this the whole time.
Here's the
Like
thing.
how I don't know which guy does that voice, Trey Parker or Matt Stone, but he talks like the way they talk in South Park when
Well, it's
voice
Eric
acting.
Cartman, so that should be. I think that's Trey. I could
Okay.
be wrong. I could be wrong. But no, well, here's the thing. I actually think someone from South Park helped work on it because if you look at how the animals like interactions were and everything, it's a little South Park esque. Like there's remember the humor? Hey, what's with the crown? That's your question. Them wearing a crown is your question. Yeah, I want to know where they have a fucking crown.
Uh,
Hey, didn't you love how the Beaver King was like, "Yeah, my dad was a piece of shit too. He abandoned me," and I'm like, "Dude, like, holy shit, we're talking about like dad trauma."
yeah. Yeah, there's oddly a lot packed in this movie.
There's so much
And
fucking packed.
you know, and you were really into the main character in the fact that the main character is like
A bitch. She's a
a
dick.
self-righteous fuck up.
She's an
And
asshole. She's
and
a, she
and then basically
sucks.
the Beaver King is like, well, here's why you keep failing is because you keep trying to do this all yourself. You got to organize, man. It's
Well, also too, she
like
wasn't willing to accept life. It
yeah.
wasn't just that she wanted to work on herself. Okay, remember, one, she was like this, oh no, this bear's gonna eat a beaver, I must stop it. It's like, that's nature, woman. Like, what the hell are you talking?
Hmm.
Like, it
She
wasn't that
was
she was,
girl bossing too close to the sun.
yeah, it wasn't also that she was just trying to do stuff by herself. It was, she is such a righteous asshole that she's not accepting reality. Okay, and you can tell too, because obviously at the beginning of the movie, she saves a turtle, right? And yeah, that turtle was abused. That turtle was the class turtle in the flashback
Yes.
was abused. But you could tell where she was getting all this problems from. Her parents suck.
Yeah.
Her mom was a horrible mom, like
Yeah.
straight up. And she like dropped her like fourth, like third grade year old daughter. Go live with grandma. I don't give a shit about you. And you could tell grandma was like this. I know she was old. I don't know how old, but in my head I'm like this. Oh, something tells me grandma was at Vietnam and it was just bad. Like she went through a war from
Hmm.
her home country. And grandma
Either
obviously,
Vietnam, could be Cambodia, just
yeah,
like, you know,
something from the late 60s as a kid.
yeah.
And you could tell grandma never got healed from the childhood horror of not only the geographical political stuff that was happening, but her own parents being horrible parents at like the time. That the grandma, her coping was just being that crazy cat lady, but to nature, and her granddaughter having parents who just didn't want to even deal with her and
Yeah.
being dumped on someone else was just like, yeah, we gotta save nature, fuck everyone else attitude, and it's like, that's not how it works, honey. Sorry, like you're creating more enemies. You're failing college. People are trying to help you, but you're just saying, "Fuck you." You got to worry about this. Why do I have to worry about it? Because you fucking have to. It's like, no, I don't. Actually, you're not giving a
Yeah.
good reason why. You're just
She's
you.
she's
She was
doing
good.
it for herself. To
It was
make herself
selfish.
feel
It was
yeah,
selfish. Dude, she was willing to die on dynamite or kill. She's actually willing to kill city workers. She was actually ready to kill city workers over
yep.
this.
Hmm.
And she also then, when she got finally transported into the robot beaver for the whole title hoppers, she was stopping animals from eating. She's like, well, he was going to eat you and kill you. And it's like, yeah, don't you know how nature works?
Yeah, just remember the remember one of Bernie Sanders' campaign slogans was "Not me, us."
Hmm.
You know, don't put your hopes on a savior, and don't assume that savior is you. everybody, everybody's got to take part,
Yeah,
and
no.
everybody's good at different things. You just gotta mix those things in a blender.
Well,
To
like
be
I said,
perfect.
it's that canned heat song. Let's work together. Come on, let's work together. It's the canned heat song. It just
Yeah.
got. It takes literally everyone. And I think she kind of learned that at the end. I think she got off easy. Like, I honestly think she's a shitty person. But the animals were the most interesting part. I mean, Jesus Christ, the flying fucking great white shark, Dina. Holy shit, that was unhinged.
Hi, I'm gonna eat you now.
Hey guys, let's have a good squish. And her eyes turned black and everything. All and I thought the seagulls were carrying her.
I loved you. Okay, it's something also love the movie. There's like it's kind of a cartoon theory that if you give animals like if you give animal characters like whites in their eyes, they become like they basically become anthropomorphized. That's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
it's like a theory that Disney animation has operated on for decades. This movie like takes that theory to the max. Where it's like, all right, which POV am I looking at? Oh,
Yeah.
there's Disney eyes. Okay, I can hear them talk. They went so far. Like, remember when like the mayor takes the transfers his consciousness to a hopper, and then for no reason the hopper vessel has his slicked hair
Yeah.
for no reason. I don't think it's ever even mentioned, but it's just like they, you know,
The mayor gets the I remember when the mayor was in the
they
beaver.
get kind of oh, what's the word for it? Like um there's got to be a word for I know there's a word for that, but just yeah, that definitely requires your suspension of disbelief where you going, "Oh, okay, what I'm seeing is not literally real. What I am seeing is an expression that helps me understand the story." And
Well, if you look
I
at
like that. I appreciated that a
well,
lot.
it was subtle at the beginning because when the main character went into the hopper first, the beaver had her teeth set up. If you
Hmm.
notice, it's subtle. It's just her teeth. But if a beaver had fucked up teeth, who would care? But she actually, as a human, had fucked up teeth. But when the mayor went into the hopper, it had its like mayor hair and shit.
It looked like it had a Trump wig on.
It looked like a newscaster's wig. That's what was funny to me. No, it was great. I think that movie is well done. It made almost 400 million.
Not bad, not
Uh,
bad.
it's definitely a more. It's finally. It felt like, oh hey, remember PG movies in the '90s that had a little more bite to it, blood and guts, kind of death.
Yeah, it felt like Disney was trying to push something. Like, no,
No,
let
of
me rephrase
course.
it. They were trying to like see how far they could go. Now, um, you could kind of see almost like you'd almost see like an ideological struggle, a behind the scenes ideological struggle play out in the movie, where it's like, how far can we push this
Oh, they didn't push it far
um
enough. They didn't push it far
content?
enough.
I don't think they did. I was impressed, but I was like, I'd like to see how much further you go. I'd like to see the reins loosen just a little bit more.
You know, I almost had the same feeling as Sinners, where it's like, oh my god, everything was good except the last 20 minutes. And this one, I'm like, all right, like that last 10-minute ending could have been better, but everything else was good. So it's like, okay, we're on a path here. We're on a path.
Yeah.
I say recommend it. Everyone see it. It's on Disney Plus now. That's how I saw it. I loved it. I was laughing. I was going like, yeah, what? The
Uh,
lizard was funny. That little salamander dude was fucking hilarious. Oh,
all right. Speaking of Disney,
oh
there's
yes,
another
another,
movie that we saw,
but not together.
not together. Um,
A
the
franchise, a big IP, almost as big as Star Wars.
yeah, maybe honestly bigger than Star Wars if the
Well,
given that it's been 30 years this franchise has been going on and this movie is the part 5 is still a hit. Toy
and I'll say
Story
this,
5.
Travis. You can argue this. This franchise has never had a bad movie.
No, I would say Toy Story 4 is the weakest of the
But
movies
it was
so
still
far.
good.
It's
Toy
not
Story
it's
4.
not a bad movie. Yeah, I after watching Toy Story 5,
I loved it.
I'll paraphrase a quote from Breaking Bad. They can't keep getting away with this.
No, dude. Hey, that movie had no business being that good.
Yeah,
That
this
movie,
is the one where it's the toys versus tech. The
dude.
toys versus the tablet, which definitely had some. Well, okay, first of all, when I saw the trailer for this, I thought like, now you're doing this? I thought it was outdated, but now, not that we don't have a problem of kids being too close to their tablets. When watching it, I take that back. Especially with the ending. The ending I really liked, and I thought it sent like I thought there was a lot of really interesting subtext with the
Oh
ending, but
God, yeah.
um, because I mean, spoiler alert,
Yeah, fuck it. Spoiler alert. Fuck it. Spoiler alert. This movie was good.
the freaking the toys basically the toys and the tablet learn to work together, and they, the point of the movie is for the what's the little girl's name,
Bonnie.
the Bonnie. The toys are trying, they're both trying to help Bonnie make friends.
They're both doing what they think is right for Bonnie.
That
They both are.
Yes, and
I love that.
that is the shared goal, but they both have two very different ways of going about it. And the tablet is like, well, they should all make friends on internet, social media, and play games together. But it turns out that doesn't really work. Um,
Well, it works for some. That's remember the line Jesse kept saying throughout the movie. Bonnie is different. She's different
mhm,
than a normal kid of this age. Okay, it's like this. I'm being serious. I actually rewatched the whole fucking thing before this recording. By the way, after Toy Story 5, I rewatched the other four,
mhm.
and it's true. When you look at Andy, Andy's a very different kid compared to the average kid in the late '90s and early 2000s. Because if you notice, by the way, here's an example. I rewatched three during the flashback after the funny opening of like, what's it like in Andy's head when the toys are playing, like,
Yeah, yeah,
and all
the Old
that.
West battle.
But like the big ass fucking hover pig and
Yes.
the freaking the orphans. When it cuts to reality and the mom's recording, and when Molly as like a toddler comes in and wrecks Andy's setup, the mom says this, "Oh my God, Andy, I'm so sorry, Molly." What does Andy do? It's okay, mom, it's okay. Oh no, the troll came in. Toys, we got to do this now. He went with it.
Yeah.
The average boy would have said, "Oh, get the fuck out of my room. Get her out of my room." No, really.
Yes,
Think about it.
yes.
The average boy would
I
have
can
said
speak to that.
that. I thought of you. I actually thought
I
of
can.
you. The average older brother would say about his younger sister, "Oh, get her out of my room." No, what did Andy do? Oh, no, 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 no. The troll came in. Toys, we gotta save the town now. Like we
Andy
got.
should have done. I wonder if Andy did improv when he went to college, because
Oh, he had a. He's
he is a
genius.
he is I didn't really appreciate it until now, but like
Mm.
in those first three movies, like Andy really did have like an imagination that could just roll with the punches, make lemons out of lemonade. He created these fantastical, incongruous scenarios, which he would have to if your favorite two toys are a spaceman and a cowboy sheriff, uh,
While
and they
also
have to
playing,
work together.
and you were also playing with your baby sister's dolls too at the same time,
Yes.
like Bo Peep and like those. What I'm saying, and also too, he had the bad guy was a Mr. Potato Head. The piggy bank was there. Like the thing about Andy is he was different from other kids at that time. Like Bonnie, Jesse kept saying during Toy Story 5, Bonnie is different. Bonnie is different. If Bonnie was like all the other kids we saw in the movie, the tablet would have actually won because that's the average kid.
Mhm.
What it was saying is that not every kid is average. So it wasn't saying not every kid is good, not every kid is bad, not every kid is better. It was saying just not the average consensus.
Okay, but also fuck them tablet kids
No, no, I
for
agree. Well,
for the horrible things they said to her when she
oh God,
mentioned that
well
she
she
had
got
toys.
cyberbullied.
Fuck them kids. They can go to hell.
Oh, she got cyber. That's great, dude. Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. in the
Like the
theater,
way they tackled cyberbullying was
dude.
really great. I also love the mom's reaction where she's like she reacted exactly how a
Should
parent needs to react in that situation. Like, no, that was not very nice what they said to you. That
no.
you know you do not deserve that. You know, you're not.
I
Yeah,
yelled at the
like
theater. Hey, here's the thing. I saw it in a packed theater, and I yelled at the screen when that happened. I was like, "She's 8. She's 8 years old. Why are you doing this to her?" I yelled at the theater. My wife's like, "Shut up, shut up." We saw it on our anniversary as a date. And I was like, "She's like, shut up,
it's
Rick,"
upsetting,
because she's an
especially like
8
when they
year
send
old girl.
those like crying baby face emojis, and I'm like, are those AI generated? They looked like in the
Mean.
context of that universe, they looked a little too
Yes,
realistic.
yes,
Like they weren't emojis, they were like images. And I'm like,
yeah.
this kid's creating like AI generated images to
To
bully
bully,
her?
I know.
Well, there's like a special place in hell for
And well, first of all,
that.
those three girls were mean because remember they also forgot to find her during the game of hide and seek. Remember that
Yes.
throwaway line?
That was like that felt like a joke, like a sad joke that makes you go ooh,
Oh,
like when you hear in the sitcom, like if you watch a sitcom and it's
ooh,
like the
yeah, yeah.
kid and it's like a guy who's talking about a bad childhood memory and he hasn't fully reconciled. He's like, yeah, I was so good at hide and seek that no one could find me, and then you realize, oh, they wanted you out of the
Or they just
way,
didn't
and that's
care.
the
Or they just didn't
joke.
care.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
like they
no,
told
it
you to fuck off, and that was the way of them
that when
telling you
I
to fuck
dude,
off.
that was hard. That was a hard line of like, they played hide and seek, they never found her. I'm like, oh. And
Yeah.
then at the beginning, it was kind of sad too, because remember the twins that lived across the street? Like, hey, you want to play? And they just ran away from her. And I'm like, oh, like this fucking show is hard. This movie's hard, dude. My wife broke down twice. One for obviously the good emotional reason that came at the
Hmm.
end. That was, dude, when fucking Jesse turned the picture over. I swear you could hear everyone in the audience crying.
Yeah.
That was tough.
Hmm.
That I'll keep that secret. I'll keep that spoiler free. But when Jesse turned the picture over, even I was like, "Oh my god, this movie's gonna make
Yeah,
me."
this is the Jesse movie. This is like the filmmakers
But it was
this is the
earned.
filmmakers kind of realizing or thinking like, maybe we didn't actually resolve Jesse's arc in any of the other movies. We
Well,
didn't really resolve what her problem was.
remember in the third movie, she still had hyper panic attacks about the thought of being in the attic.
Yeah, it's like she's worried, oh, it's going to be just like Emily again. It's going to be just like Emily again.
Yeah,
And that's
because she
something
was
that she like has just dealt with throughout the movies, and then someone realized, "Oh, we got to make a fifth movie. What do we do?" Well, she hasn't really gotten closure for that trauma, has she?
no, she never
Like
did.
that's where that was the thought process for Toy Story 5, which says a lot in a it's
In a great
good
way.
things,
Yeah,
says a
yeah.
lot. Um I love how the ending, like the tablet gets redeemed because the tablet ends up
Dude,
helping them.
okay, okay. Can we talk about the tablet? At first, okay, the trailers mislead you. I thought the tablet was like going to be a legit bad guy. Because if you think about the Toy Story movies, the last bad guy was actually Sid. Like Sid was actually a villain. Prospector Pete was just dealing with PTSD because he never got opened, and he got upstaged by the new age. So he was just an old dude yelling at the sky because of the new
Mhm.
'70s wave music, basically in the
Yes,
'60s.
yes.
The third one, Lotso, I got lost, I got kicked out, so we all got kicked out. Ned Beatty killed it, by the way. Ned Beatty's a treasure. But he
Yeah.
killed it as Lotso because Lotso's like, she replaced me, so she replaced all of us. So I'm running a fascist dictatorship now. And then the fourth one was I just want a voice box to have a chance at being with someone. I was like, okay, well, okay, the doll wasn't that bad. Gabby wasn't actually evil. She just wanted a chance to be a toy. So it wasn't.
Yeah.
We didn't get villains. The way the trailers were set up, I thought the Lily Pad was going to be a legit fucking villain. But no, you're
Yeah.
right. The whole time she was like this. I'm doing what's best with Bonnie. I know what I need to do. Goth. That's the whole
Yeah.
thing. It was just overprotective. But when Lily Pad realized that she failed, the fact that she basically committed suicide was heavy.
Well, she
She attempted
she
suicide, dude.
metaphorically attempted suicide.
Dude,
Yes.
dude. I was in. Okay, did you see it in a packed house?
Yes, my theater, I think every
When
seat was.
she self donated herself, the whole audience went, "What?"
Yep. Yep.
Like, oh my god! She
Yep.
fucking everyone lost their shit of like, what do we do now? Wait, what? Like,
And I love how I love the ending where like Lily gets redeemed because
oh,
she actually
learns
becomes and she becomes crucial uh in the toys plan
for
to
Bonnie, yeah.
help Bonnie actually make a friend, which
She
I
know,
just love that that's the conflict. Is like Bonnie doesn't have friends. We need to help this girl make a friend. That's the plot.
yeah.
And and then like she gets integrated into the toy play as we see in the end of the movie. And I thought there was an interesting message with that, which is that and maybe my brain has just been on this too much, but like, I'm thinking about how
We've been thinking about this for almost like two
I've been
weeks.
I've been thinking about like, how like AI, for example, has been advertised. The tech companies have been trying to sell AI as this is going to take over everything.
Oh yeah,
Like
like this.
we're selling you a dream that you'll never have a workforce again because the AI is going to do everything and you're going to reap the profits from it. And now we're in the year of finding out, no, it's not, it doesn't do that. It can't do that. You're
No,
you're seeing like it's an interesting I mean, it's a pretty interesting technology. I'll give it that. Um, but it's a tool. It's a tool. It can't just be the everything button. It's just it
no,
should at best it should be just a tool that can, assist with things, but it can't replace everything.
no.
And I was seeing Lily as kind of, whether intentional or not, as like a almost like a metaphor for AI, because she's like, I am going to supplant you all because I am all that, the
Yeah,
greater interest, in this case Bonnie, the girl, needs. And Lily turns out to be wrong.
yeah.
And
Completely
and
wrong. It was
yeah,
great, but she accepted it. She
yes.
accepted it, and then with the help of Jesse, learned from it. I thought that was brilliant. You know what's crazy? What I love is that our our group of protagonists that we've been watching since what was it, 94, 95, the first movie,
95.
95.
Mm-hmm.
They tortured a toy. They did torture
Mm-hmm.
Lily Pad. Remember, they cut off her power charge, and then they said, "Hey, yeah, you got about like." She's like, "What happened? Why am I so tired?" It's like, "Yeah, you got about 10% battery. Talk or else." I was like, "Damn,
I thought that was
what are your
great.
buzz?" We're like, literally, like, "Fuck you! You're gonna talk right now, or we're gonna fucking kill you, base. We're gonna
And
make you
then they
go."
figure out the cheat of, hey, Lily, I am here to help you.
And
It's
dude,
like when you
that
say,
was
hey, Siri on your
hilarious.
show
Yeah, the
phone.
Hey
That
Siri
was
joke.
so great.
But the way they're like this, "Hey Lily, no, hey Lily, hey Lily, hey Lily."
It's like, don't say it, don't you say it. It's like an involuntary function. It's like, you have to do what we say now. There's a lot of really funny stuff. Oh, the army of
Can we talk about
buzzes
Buzz? I was
from
gonna ask like this. So the way the movie opens up, can we talk about the C plot?
the
Dude,
C-plot. It's like an army of Buzz Lightyear toys from
newly
like a
updated. Hold
lost
on.
crate.
But new updated. They're the new version.
Yes,
So they don't have the belt like in the second one. They have the fucking drone upgrade with
they have the
Wi-Fi,
drone
with
upgrade.
Wi-Fi, with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi built in. Dude, okay. Do you know how crazy, by the way, the crate thing is so real? Because my uncle, before he retired, worked worked at the docks, but like at the desk, and part of it was like you hear stuff about lost crates and shit.
Yep, yep.
And so the fact that that happened, I was like, oh no fucking way. No, and then it's like when Buzz wakes up. What was it, like some like abandoned tropical island in the Pacific?
Yeah, yeah, and they just
By the way, can I say something? Now we know Bond, because Andy, remember, Andy grew up. Well, when Andy moved, he the new house he moved to at the end of Toy Story 1, which was Toy Story 2 and 3, and he was not far from Bonnie's house. Bonnie lives in the Midwest. Like
yes.
it's in the mid, it's like Western Midwest cities, because that was a Pacific island, and they traveled the Pacific, and they got into basically what was San Francisco. It's like awesome. I'm like, yeah, Toy Story's set in like the West Coast, bitch. No, come on. I grew up thinking
Yep.
Toy Story took place in the middle of the country, like mid East.
Like, no, it's California. Probably California.
It's probably like freaking.
Uh yeah, and the fact that they basically operated like a school of fish where it's like they don't even have like prime buzzes thing where they have a fully formed delusion of thinking that their lore is real. They just have like pieces of that. It's like Star Command is important.
For some reason.
We need to find Star Command, but our consciousness and purpose is not fully formed yet.
Well,
So
don't
we're
you,
basically operating like a school of fish.
dude? Okay, that island part was so great because like the one buzz wakes up and he's like, "What's going on?" And he sees all the other buzzes and he runs to like help them out. He's like, "Save my range comrades!" Opens them up. They open
Yes.
everyone up. They're like, "All right," and then they travel the island all like freaking like SEAL Team Six, like going through the jungle, and then they get to the
When they
island.
come out of the water and
No,
they
that's no,
might as
no,
well
no, no,
have
no,
had black face paint on you.
dude. That was okay. Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. So the first night on the island, and this is where it got a little scary for me because I'm like, they're doing an AI thing in this movie, like the AI conversation of someday they'll have secrets, someday they'll have dreams. Do you remember I Robot well enough when they did the full monologue from the doctor who died, where he's like this? Why do robots gather in the dark when they don't need warmth? Why do they gather together in the cool dark places of a cave? Like yeah, they're sir, dude. They built a fire and they they like huddle around a bonfire for warmth. I'm like, they're toys. This is getting scary. Like, why do they built a fire and then they huddle around a fire for comfort? I'm like,
Even think of that.
this is terrifying. And then they go like this: Star Command.
Star
Star,
Command.
star command, and then they build like a castaway fucking raft, and they sail out into the water, and then they get to San Francisco, and the way they infiltrate the dock.
Take control of a dock crane just so they can like see in the distance.
And remember when the human walked by, the first word was, "Why did we do that?" I don't know. Why did we do that? Oh, now we know. Stay away from humans. Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. Stay away from humans. And like the self realization of like, yeah, why do the toys like pretend to really dead? And then when they
Which I
get,
didn't realize that was an involuntary response. I thought
I
they just
know
chose to do that.
got weird, right? It got weird. And then they're in the woods and they're marching in unison through the woods, hi ho, hi. It was like Bridge Over the River Kwai. Well, what's that whistle tune? I literally thought as for a split second, because if you watch them, they are doing left, right, left, right. I thought there was gonna be an Arlie Ermy joke somewhere. I'm like, okay, here we go. But then the deer, the compassionate moment with the wildlife of nature and like loving it, and then one of their own gets, quote unquote, kidnapped. So they literally do a SEAL Team Six raid where they're literally, like you said, the lake. They come out of the lake like
Little
all.
man gets left behind.
But the way they came out of the lake was freaky. I'm like, oh shit, are they gonna kill the humans? They were ready to kill those humans. They got all those camping equipment ready to beat the shit out of them, and then they realized one of their own made it to heaven. That
Well,
was insane.
it was building on sort of like how toy buzzes operate. Like going back to the second movie with the belt buzz, like belt buzz just needed like a purpose and direction.
I love that. I love the fight between Prime Buzz and Belt Buzz. I just love that. You're breaking rake, Ranger. Dude, by the way, I'm glad you brought that up. Belt Buzz beat the living shit out of Prime Buzz.
Yeah.
Remember the first time you saw Prime Buzz get thrown into that toy that everyone does the handprint thing?
Yes, yes.
Dude, I remember when I guess, oh, it was this. Remember?
Uh,
And I love how they torture
there's some
Woody.
wild, yeah.
They torture Woody. You're an assassin of Zurg. Why would you attack our leader of Star Command? Talk now. Oh, and then the fact that they learn how they have a fucking drone copter, and then they, like fucking, it turned into Apocalypse Now.
Which
It
is
turned,
like, how did they like they had all of that packed, And
Yes!
like,
Apocalypse Now shit. Dude, that turned into Apocalypse Now the way they came off the. I expected like some fucking Kilgore quotes. I was like, shit. I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
yeah,
I love.
that movie had no right to be as good as it was.
Oh, dude, we didn't
Um,
even talk about Jesse's new friends. Like, holy shit. The fucking toilet training toy, voiced by Conan O'Brien. Dude, that sex joke was hilarious.
there was a lot of like clever toilet humor that like
Oh,
maybe
God.
is what it's because it was clever that it got into the movie. That
Oh, remember that
remember
line?
like the film the Atlas nearly said he will wipe your ass.
Yeah. Oh,
I was convinced he was going to say that.
remember that one line? Well, flush me. Oh, by the way, okay. Remember when they ran into that group trapped in the little abandoned toy house at Blaze's house, and they were in that never-ending tea party?
Yeah.
Did you get a little sad when you realized that Carl Weathers is dead? Because remember, comeback,
Yes.
dude.
Yes.
I was like, that's right. Carl Weathers is dead. Who voices Combat Carl? They got Ernie Hudson. Ernie Hudson. I'm like, all right, I'm good with that. They
Okay.
got
All
Ernie
right.
Hudson.
No, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, but dude,
Similar voices.
when I saw that it was Combat Carl, I was like, oh, Apollo Creed.
R.I.P.
I literally thought of Apollo Creed dying in in Rocky Four. I was like, oh, Apollo's dead. Oh,
I
hey,
felt that every time I listened to Mr. Potato Head because I could tell it was a different voice actor.
so they finally changed it. So remember the fourth one, they used leftover scrap vocal voice recordings.
Yeah, they use like freaking scratch tracks from
But
like
now
old. Yeah.
everyone who's dead. Slinky, Mr. Potato Head, Mrs. Potato Head, they're all new voices.
Yeah.
That was sad. That kind of made me. I was like, yeah. Okay, someone. Okay, I'm glad you said it. Someone said this because after Toy Story
It's
5,
like
someone was like this. Why do I like Toy Story 2 the best? Oh, because they used the whole cast more. I'm like, well, yeah, because people are dying now, unfortunately. Okay,
yeah, it's almost like the filmmakers know they can't just simply replace those voice actors
they can't.
and use the characters in the same capacity like they used to because we're gonna notice.
Yeah, and here's the
After
thing.
too long, we're gonna notice like this is not the same person.
And the thing is, in Toy Story 3, most of them are still alive. Yes, the actor who voiced Slinky died before the third one, but that was
Hmm.
one person out of the whole cast, so you could still do stuff. But the thing is, now it's like there's only three people left. Yes, what's his name who voices Rex? He was from In Princess
Wallace
Bride.
Shawn,
He's
Wallace
alive,
Shawn.
sure, but
It's
the
like
point of
80
Rex,
something.
yeah, but the thing of Rex is you can't have him the whole time. Rex gets annoying quick. He
Yeah,
does.
yeah. You need him like bickering with other characters to
Yeah, you need
make
him a
Rex
part of. Well,
work.
he's an ensemble character, and the thing what sucks is it's just the main three. You know, Tim Allen, Joan Cusack, and Tom Hanks. They're just alive still, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, you got to realize that these people are dead, and so they're gonna try to do their best. Like that's why Toy Story 4 was so heavy on Woody more, like really heavy Woody,
Yes.
and and then Buzz went on a solo mission.
And also, let's be real. Woody didn't need to be in Toy Story 5. You
I'm
could
glad you
like,
okay. I'm glad you brought that up. You know, I had okay before I saw the movie. I was talking to a guy, talking to one of my coworkers, and I said, I know it's not true because Woody's in it. We see it in the trailer, but I was actually hoping Woody wouldn't be in this. If anything, Woody should have been in two flashbacks, one for Jesse, one for Buzz. My thinking was this was the prime moment now for prime Buzz to have his leadership. Like, I can now do this. Yes, at the end of Toy Story
yes.
4, Jesse became the sheriff. Jesse became the lead toy of the room.
Hmm.
Fine. I don't give a shit, whatever. But this was the moment now for Buzz to be like this. I am on my own. I have to be what an actual number two is without Woody's guidance. Because
Yes.
The thing about Woody is he was such a high strung toy, he played number one and number two at the same time.
Yes.
This was the moment for Buzz to finally shine as a number two, as basically the second in command. They brought Tom Hanks back, so be it. We got a couple of funny moments with him, like
Yeah, it's like, well, he's
balding.
still alive. We gotta have him,
Well,
and
I do like how they were saving a toy from the cat, and that toy was having no, the toy was having an existential crisis of they're here, robots are here, God help us all, the time. I love that Woody was saving toys, and Woody was telling Jesse, "Yeah, it's true. The robots are taking over. We got to fight." Fine. And I like the joke of like, well, Bo likes the poncho, and in the background you see Bo go like this. No, I don't
no.
like it. No, I love, dude. That was such a wife moment for Bo. Of like,
Yes,
I
yes.
do not like it at all, but I love my man so much. But other than that, though, I think Woody was kind of like, like it should have been a flashback moment, or at most, I
Yeah,
do. I again, I like the fact, if anything, Woody at most should have been like the outside voice of like, yeah, no, I'm out here in the wilderness. It's fucking insane. This fight is like losing. We're losing this battle.
yes.
Other than that, though, that's my only gripe is Woody. Other than that, the movie's fantastic. Like, dude, did your audience cheer when Jesse and Buzz kissed?
I think we did. I
We
think we
all
did
che-
cheer,
dude. We
yeah.
I saw it Friday opening weekend. We all cheered.
And again, as that one meme pointed out, like that whole Jesse and Buzz romance thing, that was all because they made a dick joke with his balls
Yeah.
coming out
Oh,
at
remember
the
the
end of
week?
the second movie.
That's
That's all. That's where that stems from. It's just which when I saw that as a I'm thinking like, oh, that's an
it's a boner
erection
joke,
joke. I am 31 years old and I am just now figuring out that's what that was.
dude. I got it when I first saw Toy Story 2. I knew that
You'd
was a
have been
boner joke.
5.
I got the VHS a year later, so it came out in what 99, right?
2000.
That was 99.
No, it's a 2000 movie.
Okay, so
99 was Bug's Life.
I knew it was a boner joke in 2001.
Okay.
I knew it was because I'm like it's okay.
I never picked up on
I
it, and I've
I
seen it many times since, and it's only
remember,
now when I realize what that was.
Janice. Remember, I grew up watching Cartoon Network, so
Yeah, that's true.
I knew what boner jokes were.
Uh,
That I
well,
Here's the thing: Toy Story 5. I'll say this. You know how you said that you thought that Toy Story 3 should have been the ending?
yes.
I push back. I think Toy Story 2 was the ending.
Okay.
Here's why. No, because again,
All right.
I watched all four. Toy Story 2, because I remember when I heard Toy Story 3 was coming out, I'm like, what the fuck? This is bullshit. It ended back in Toy Story 2. This is stupid. Of course, I cried like a baby during the fucking Inferno scene, and then I cried again when Andy gave him up. God, that was emotional. But why I say that, because I rewatched, again, all of them, but Toy Story 2, that's actually the ending because it was all about Woody realizing what it meant to be a toy. He was going to go off to Japan, but then when he realized, wait, I'm not going to miss this. What? I have a great kid out there. And yes, he's growing up. Yes, he might put me in the attic or in the shelf or whatever, like back on the shelf again, like he was at the beginning of the second one,
Mhm.
over his torn up arm. Excuse me. Excuse me. But what did Woody say? If I'm left watching it, so be it. I wouldn't miss it for the world. It was like a parent. Like, I'm not going to miss watching my kid grow up.
Yeah.
And that was the second one. He was reminded what it meant to be a toy, and his friends came to remind him. Even Buzz, remember what Buzz said? Really? You want to be spent the rest of your life behind a glass casing? All right, man. That's not living.
Yeah.
That's not living. And that's why Toy Story 2, and it ends with them bringing in new toys, saving them, all that stuff, and being about. To me, Toy Story 2 is the definitive ending. And this fucking
Interesting.
franchise keeps going because it's good. Toy Story
They
4 is a good film. It's a
Mhm.
fucking good film. And here's the thing. Did you know the director of Toy Story 5 said that he confirmed it? Toy Story 6 is happening, actually. It's kind of confirmed. They're gonna
They just said fuck it, we're doing it. We're just gonna keep doing this
they want
until
they want to give Bonnie a trilogy. And I'm curious what they're gonna do next with this girl. Because Bonnie is a good character. When we meet her in Toy Story 3, she's shy, but she's imaginative. She has all this imagination. She's just a little shy, a little nervous.
yeah.
And then in 4, she's in a 5, she's doing her fucking best with making friends, and she's just like, why doesn't anyone want to be my friend? I know. I'm like, what's going on here? And then she finally finds, and the best part is Blaze is this extroverted like girl who's not afraid to kick ass, and she helps Bonnie get out of her shell, and they're all friends and all that. But it's like, yeah, like I kind of want to see where Bonnie goes because,
It's kind of like once they figured out how to like animate human characters in a way that doesn't look creepy.
yeah,
Oh,
no, yeah,
they made the human characters. They
human,
gave the human characters a bigger role in these
yeah.
movies.
By the way, Bonnie's parents suck for giving her that lily pad at the beginning. I know she got redempted, but man, her parents fucking suck. God.
Yeah.
God. Oh, by the way, don't you love that joke of Bonnie killing her pet over and over again? Remember that? Hey, wow, Sammy got like big. Wow. That's not Sammy what? That's Sammy too. Oh. Did you, by the way, did you stay for the credits? Did you watch the credits?
With the falling buzzes that
No, 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 no,
um
no. Okay, so okay, no, no.
wait, I'm trying
Not
to
the
remember.
post credit scene. Did you watch the credits during Taylor Swift's song with the cartoon funness and
Oh,
all?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
don't you love? Didn't you see the whole Sammy 3 joke?
Oh, I missed that. I
Dude,
missed that.
There's a Sammy 3 joke. So there's a joke that Bonnie killed her pet again.
You know, that's just got to be on the toys, man. Like the toys, they gotta the toys gotta they gotta protect Sammy.
Buster died of old age. Like, damn.
Yeah, they kept Buster going. They kept Buster engaged for so long. Practically raised that dog. Because they're
Oh.
giving him like calls, like, sit, lie down, play dead.
Yeah. Remember Buster when you first thought when he came in the second one, you're like, oh shit. Oh shit,
Oh,
he's gonna and you're like,
he's gonna tear up the
oh.
toys.
And then the joke is like, all right, what's the record now? Hey, new world record here. It's like, all right, Buster, who's a good boy? Who's a good? Hey, remember that? Be casual, not that casual, not that casual.
Yeah, and I didn't have a dog when I first saw that movie, so I couldn't really appreciate
Oh,
those.
dude, I was dying at that Buster shit. Buster was. I wish there was more Buster.
Buster looks like he looks like Clifford,
Yeah,
but
but Wiener Clifford.
more wiener
He's
shaped.
got he's a Wiener Clifford. Hey, can
If
I?
Clifford was a wiener dog.
You know what my favorite line in all of Toy Story is, by the way? Because I'm
Mhm.
rewatching all five movies now. I love the ending of Toy Story 1 when, they redo the whole call of like, okay, remember the birthday? It's a birthday. Oh shit, there's new toys. Oh shit. And so for Christmas, oh shit, there's new toys. Oh shit. And then they find out there's a Mrs. Potato Head and fucking Mr. Potato Head's like, yes, I got a girlfriend. And I love Ham. Ham, first of all, Ham is the funniest character of all Toy Story. Ham is,
Yes.
but I love his line. I didn't get this as a kid. I got this 2 days ago. Way to go, Idaho! I was like, oh my god, because he's a potato. But then when you watch the whole trilogy, Mr. Potato Head is a fucking funny dude. All right, nobody look until I get my cork back in.
Oh, he's
Or
Don Rickles.
I know.
Oh
No,
wait,
no,
are we talking? No, are we
sorry,
talking
sorry.
about?
Ham. Sorry,
Oh, okay.
Ham is the
John
funny.
Ratzenberger is also a funny guy.
First of all, okay,
Nobody look until I get my cork back in.
Mr. Potato Head is funny because it's Don Rickles when he says certain things like, "Hey, look, I'm Picasso. What are you looking at, you hockey puck?" Or like you are, or like throw him overboard. Like
You
some of
you
the lines
are a
he's.
liar.
But I love Ham when he's like reading the book. Remember he's reading the truck's manual while the car
Oh yeah, I
chasing.
can't believe he's getting this kind of
No, no,
mileage.
no, 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 no. The line is, no, there's no way he's getting this kind of mileage. No, Toy Story is should not be a good franchise. I think that's what it is. Toy Story should not be this good because the first one is like a wild comedy. When you watch the first one, you're like this.
It's a buddy
What?
comedy.
No, but like it's a what's gonna happen next?
Hmm.
What's gonna the dude Sid with the torture shit? The existential crisis with Buzz. Fucking, you find out Bo Peep is a thirsty woman. Well, I found my moving buddy. It's like, girl, you're in a relationship. What the fuck? Toys are being hilarious of like jokes and banter. The fucking remember? Yeah, sorry.
I just want to be clear. If you didn't hear that, Tom yelled so hard he clipped out his mic.
Sorry.
But it's the "You are a toy" line.
And remember, you are a child's plaything. Like it's a funny movie. And then and like wait, I just lit a rocket. Rockets explode. Like the first one is like the honestly, you could argue the first one is probably the best or the top three of buddy comedies ever made.
I can accept that answer.
The
Yeah.
second one is about like, you know what? Is the grass greener? Is the grass greener? And then like friends going like this, hey man, our friend is kidnapped. We're going out there. We're going in the fucking wilderness. And then the third one is basically just an emotional wreck. God damn. Like fucking.
Yeah.
And then the fourth one, you're like, okay, why is there a fourth one? Oh, that's right. It's a Toy Story. It's a
Yeah,
Toy.
well, it's like they're scavenging for what type of experience with toys have we not done yet? That we could do in a Toy Story movie with these characters. Um,
Oh, I love how Bo has trauma in the fourth one of like, I got, donated. Who cares? Move on. It's like, Bo, you got to be able
mhm.
to cry, girl.
Yeah.
Molly gave you up. Just cry. Just cry, girl. But like, Bo is like, no, I gave up. Move on. Who cares? Move on. Yeah, I know. I love that. And Duke Kaboom was such a great addition. Keanu Reeves is great. Dude, I love Key and Peele as the carnival toys.
Yeah.
What's your plan? How are you going to get the keys? And they're just attacking the woman. And then the fifth one is just, yeah, it's about AI. It's about cyberbullying. It's about finally finding your love. It's about getting over the child trauma and realizing
It,
that
it's
you
about like, maybe you shouldn't give your kids a tablet as a baby's, or if you do, it's not a babysitter.
no,
No, it's a tool. If anything, it should be a tool for play, but it should not disengage them from the world.
no.
And as exhibited by her friends in quotes that were disengaged from the world, treated her like garbage
Dude, that was
because
tough.
they're
Sorry.
because they're screen kids and fuck them and fuck their parents.
Dude, I
And if
yelled,
you're one of those parents that
fuck you.
bought
No,
a
fuck
tablet,
you.
go fuck yourself and raise your kids better.
Your
Um,
kids are mean. Your kids are just nasty.
yeah.
There's, by the way,
Or
there's,
or they're just like disconnected, not focused. They look bored. They act like they want to die. I might be projecting personal experience with certain family members. That's how what I but that's
yeah, no, no.
feel that's how I feel.
Well, well,
I get frustrated
well,
whenever
Jesse,
around kids
remember,
with tablets.
Jesse said it perfectly. These kids are growing up faster than they should be. There's nothing wrong with an 8-year-old playing with toys.
Hmm.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's okay to play with toys until you're 10. Calm down. Like Blaze was at least a year older than Bonnie, a
Yeah.
year at most, at minimum, and she had all those horses. Dude, okay, by the way, her fucking pet pig. The name of that pig, I was dying.
Jimmy Dean.
Dude, when we found out his name was Jimmy Dean, and Jesse's like, "What's your name, Jimmy Dean?" And even Jesse was like this. Oh, oh, dude. By the way, Jimmy Dean was a cool pet. He was
I
a
was like,
funny.
that was such an off-color joke. I was
Don't
like,
you?
whoa, okay.
I love how Blaze's imagination is chaotic of like, oh, it's a ballroom and we're dancing. By the way, we're on a secret mission. There's a bomb somewhere. We gotta find the detonator. And fucking Bullseye talks for the first
It's
time.
like Mission Impossible meets Bridgerton.
Yeah, but I love how Bullseye's voiced by Alan Cumming, and he's a bad guy with the mustache, like, no, 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 no. You'll never find the bomb, Agent Jesse.
So fucking unhinged. I also like that the imagination sequences had kind of a crayon drawing
Pastel. It was a
style.
pastel.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what it reminded me of? Reminded me of Ghost Spider from the second Into the Spider Verse.
Yes, yes, but yeah, Spider Gwen's kind of universe.
The pastel.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, nice Pixar, way to flex that you can do more than just create plastic looking people on screen.
Yeah. Oh, by the
Nice.
way, I love when the girls got together, and it shows you. By the way, this is like Turning Red, and Turning Red got not enough love. It's like when the
No.
when Blaze and Bonnie finally played together and how their imagination was, and it's like, oh, it's the wedding between Buzz and Jesse, and the audience is like, oh, sweet, they're married, and then the Triceratops comes in, and is like, he's married to me, he's having an affair. I'm like this, yeah. I don't think people realize girls have unhinged imaginations compared to boys.
Yeah, like Andy would not have come up with a
No,
scenario like
ours is
that.
just ours is just this: fight evil, justice for all. Girls are just like this. Rex got poisoned in the beginning. Remember, Rex got poisoned and he
He gets big
died,
polka dots.
but he got poisoned.
Yeah.
This and then at the end,
Someone
it's
killed
like,
the
and
dinosaur.
then at the end, it's a fucking wedding with he's my husband. Actually, this is a travesty and scandal. I'm
I
like,
didn't tell
yo,
you about this.
I was like, yo, what the? And then remember Lilypad after the playtime. Lilypad's like this. Hey Jesse, can you introduce me to the Roomba? I'm like, holy shit! Is every I was like this. Is every female toy in this universe thirsty? Like
Yes.
Bo's a horny woman. Bo is a horny cow. And then fucking Lilypad's like this. I want that vibration. Fucking Lily. By
Did
the
he
way,
actually say that?
no, but you could tell she was,
Okay, all
dude.
right. Because
Fucking Lilypad wanted that shit. Hey, and remember, the Roomba's black, so there's jokes already there.
oh,
Yeah, she.
okay. Okay, let's calm down.
I had a
Um,
joke for the sixth Toy Story. Can I tell you the joke real quick? I know we got to go to the
okay,
back
all
rooms.
right.
I Here's the thing. I don't know what the plot will be for the sixth one. I think everyone though what everyone's saying online, I agree with. I hope the sixth one ends with um, all of Andy's old toys being somehow accidentally donated to Andy because he has a kid now, and Andy's kid gets to play with all the toys now. I hope that happens. I hope that
Ooh.
happens. But I think it'd be funny is okay. Bonnie's 8, right? Blaze is at least 9. The next movie comes out, maybe they're like 11 and 12. Crushes, girl crushes. Kid in school, there's a boy that she likes, and we get to see what this boy's home life is, right? Good kid, maybe he has a brother, right? This is a joke. I told my dad this, and he was laughing. I thought this would be great. The boy, because this is now getting more popular. Keep in mind, Travis, this kid. It's not going to obviously say the title, but it'll be an offshoot. He is a Warhammer 40K fan, and he's playing the tabletop turn game. Hold on.
Yes.
So I get there. So we go into it where the kid had, and maybe it's his brother or close friend, because Blaze and Bonnie are a duo now, so they both have to have a love interest. Two boys are playing Warhammer. And it's like it covers the whole room because
Yes.
Warhammer is a big game. People don't realize how fucking
Mm-hmm.
extensive this
Mm-hmm.
game is. So the kids are playing, they're playing how you play it, rolling the dice, all this hit points. But then you go into their imagination, and as a PG movie, it's like like all these guns are going off, explosions. And the best part is because Warhammer, if you play the video game Space Marine, it kind of has this like British style acting, like Game of Thrones. They should get not only the voice actors from the two Space Marines movies, but get a couple of the actors from Game of Thrones, like Liam Cunningham, like the guy who plays Davos. And
Yes.
the joke
Yes.
should be for the adults. The joke should be when they do the sequence of playtime, but it's a war scene, redo some classic war quotes. Like do Sir Davos is like, with me, man. It's like all these like crazy war scenes, explosions, like rally to me, hold your
There.
get Ian McKellen just to say this line: "Stay at your post, fight, do not give in to
Those are,
fear."
or my favorite line. Those are brave men out there. Let's go kill them.
Yeah, no, I'm not joking. Get classic like war quotes, battle quotes that were set in medieval or fantasy times, and have these Warhammer characters say them, and they're fighting, they're shooting, blowing up, and then when the boys are like, you hear, "Hey kids, lunchtime," and they run off. The toys are like left scattered on the floor, right? And then they pick themselves up, and they're like, "All right, guys, back to business." They're writing poetry and sonnets and talking high sophisticated like things like you. And here's the thing: this isn't like you get politics involved, but no one's taking a political side of like screw you, you're stupid, you're a dumbass social.
No,
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 it's
no.
more of like this: So what do you think about the fact that China raised the prices on pork? Well, the thing is, when you think about the way the pork prices increased, you're gonna have to also think about now with rice. And when in rice, you're gonna have to think, and like they're having these high sophisticated level conversations of dialogue.
I wish the plastic toy soldiers were still around from the first
Well,
movie
he's dead.
because
He's
yeah,
dead though.
I
Aren't
know,
they?
and
Ernest?
but I was just like, if that's the plot of six, the plastic toy soldiers come across the Warhammer guys and they're like, oh, we ain't fucking with these guys. No, 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 no.
Well,
This is
well,
another level, man.
unfortunately, the three remaining plastic toy soldiers are living in Sunnyside.
Hmm.
So this is new. That's the joke. When you see Warhammer, the audience is going to think like, "Oh, the toy soldiers, but new." It's like, no, baby, this is Warhammer. This is the 40K universe. And the
Yeah,
joke,
Primarch, like instead, like whoever's the Sarge equivalent, but he'll have some like bizarre title,
yeah. Oh,
and
oh,
they.
oh. Have you not played Warhammer 40K in any capacity, Travis?
I haven't played it in any capacity, but
Oh, you got to hear the ranks, dude. Are you ready?
maybe we won't talk about Backrooms this episode. Damn, we're going long.
Sorry, but
I
like
didn't think we'd talk about Toy Story 5 this much. Holy
some of them are
shit.
like Supreme Chapter Master. Like they're heavy. Like, dude, the Emperor. Like, dude, there's some quotes that they say, like, for the Emperor. We must destroy these heretics.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
For
and
the
the
God
the
Emperor.
final joke is when the toys have to do a little battle with the Warhammer guys. Like they point their guns at the toys we know, and they're ready to shoot. And Buzz is like, "This really, guys? They're fake. I have a laser. I know it's a blinking light." And there's a Buzz is like this. This is a blinking light laser. There's guns aren't going to actually shoot. There's a pause, and one Marine walks up and says, "This, yeah, but this hammer will hurt." And then they start beating the shit out of the fucking toy. Sorry, I'm done. All right, Backrooms. Are you ready for
Yeah,
Backrooms?
we like Toy Story 5. Let's talk about Backrooms, which to me was the most interesting movie I saw out of
I
all of
think that
these.
was. I hope that goes to the Oscars. That's one of the great. That's on for horror movie suspense. That is up there with Silence of the Lambs. That is
I
actually.
will say when I went to that movie
By the way, we
with
saw the
you,
director's
this
cut. We saw the director's cut,
yeah, we saw it was like
and we saw it
the
together.
everything
Finally,
must
folks.
go
By the way,
edition.
folks, we finally saw a movie together for the podcast.
Yes, yes, we did. And you know what? My first thought was, damn, I miss movies.
Yes.
And I because we used to see these types of like movies all the time. There's the big movies, and then you just be like, hey, this lesser known movie, this indie darling, whatever. Let's go see it together. And we would do that. And then life happened, and we don't do that as much anymore.
Remember
Um,
how great that moment was when we saw Lost City of Z, just you and me at the Long Beach Town Center, and we were
yeah,
just in
yeah.
for this. Dude, what an emotional epic that movie was.
Hmm.
I still watch it randomly on Amazon Prime because I think it's one of the most underrated films in our generation.
Interesting, interesting.
But
Yeah.
anyway, so yeah, we saw Backrooms at 9:50 in the morning on a Friday.
And I'm reminded why I don't watch when there's like some new like critically acclaimed whatever movie that gets dropped on streaming. I'm reminded why I don't watch it on streaming
Well, it's a
because
sleeper hit too. Yeah, yeah, because you want to see it in theaters.
you want to see it in theaters because if it's at my TV, well, I can watch whatever crap that I want on my TV. I can watch, YouTube slop on my TV. It's like it feels like I'm devaluing the movie.
Yeah,
It feels like
I know
I'm
what you mean.
devaluing my own experience, but watching in the theater and watching it with you, um, yeah, it was like, God, I forgot how much I love movies. Um,
Oh, you know what it is? I forgot. I just it wasn't I forgot. It's just like, yeah, I miss just seeing a movie with my best friend because the
mhm.
last thing we saw was the re-release remaster of Stop Making Sense, the Talking Heads.
Yes.
It was a tour. It was a performance they did, I think, on the West Coast. I think I could be wrong, but it was
Yeah,
a
that particular concert was at the Pantages.
okay. So yeah, and by the way, first of all, anyone, by the way, real quick, go see Stop Making Sense. It's on streaming on HBO Max. You need to watch it. It's a good concert footage. It's good. It's not the best in the world. It's top five.
I have the concert soundtrack on my phone.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's so good. The best version of Once in a Lifetime.
Yes.
But anyway, we saw this movie and we went in dry. We went in cold. I mean, well, you did. I knew some of the Backrooms lore because the Backrooms, folks, is basically from not only a Reddit post but also a YouTube thread from a channel, YouTube videos from a channel from Kane Pixels, the director of this movie, Kane Parsons. A 20-year-old
Yeah.
got to make this movie. A 20-year-old, by the way, whose lead actor is an Oscar winner.
Yes, yes. And I my thought when this movie was coming out, I think when this movie was announced, I thought it's like I was thinking of that Slender Man movie that came out a few
Yeah,
years
and it was
ago.
such a shithole.
Yeah, yeah, and that was like, okay, this is essentially like what if when they made the oh, nice Batman poster, by
Oh
the
yes. Oh,
way.
by the way, folks,
You
sorry
were
if
moving your camera and suddenly I see this killer image of Batman next to you. It looks
folks, real
really good.
quick, I am moving the camera right now because I just realized I need to get a power cord because this is going to get interesting. And I'm in my youngest son's room, who is a fan of Batman and dinosaurs. And
Good for
Travis right
him.
now is yeah, it's funny. My oldest, Spider-Man. My youngest, Batman. And yes, it's a killer Batman picture. Oh, by the way, Travis, real quick, you want to know something funny that my youngest son did yesterday to my mom?
Yeah.
So my mom, being being an amazing grandmother she is, she was reading Thomas a book, and it was something involving the Chinese New Year because the year he was born in, and she explained to him a bit of his Chinese heritage because he does have a bit of Chinese in him, and he was saying here to my mom, telling him like, you have a bit of Chinese in you, you have Mexican, Hispanic, Mexican in you, and because you're a mama, you have Irish in you, so you have this mixture of all these beautiful people inside you. Know your history, know your culture, and learn from it, and all that. And my son, you know what he says to her?
I'm
I'm not
Spider-Man.
joking. No, no. He says no. Yeah, yeah. No, he says no. I don't have Chinese in me, Grandma. I have Spider-Man in me. I'm Spider-Man, and you will not take Spider-Man out from me. Spider-Man is in me. I am Spider-Man, Grandma. I'm not anything else. Inside me is Spider-Man. And I'm like this. So my kid
Hell
identifies as
yeah.
Spider-Man. I was like, holy shit.
Well, now you have you shown him the Spider-Verse movies yet?
I have
Because
no.
those movies are like anybody can be Spider-Man.
Well, no,
That's like perfect.
I've shown him some Spider-Man stuff, and as you know, I have the Insomniac first Spider-Man game for him. But the
Yeah.
fact that my youngest son made me think and stop and go like this: we're at an interesting point in life in our history as a people, as a species, because you can identify you're, and it's not to be like this whole BS of stuff of like I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying like a kid who's really into a superhero is like this. Well, no, I'm not. Mama, I'm not German. I'm Batman because Batman is in me and I believe in what Batman stands for. And it's like, can't argue that. You can't argue a kid, seeing the lessons and goodness of a fictional character. And it's like
Mhm.
Spider-Man. Like my son's like this. I'm Spider-Man. I identify only as Spider-Man. I'm like this. Well, at least he stands for good.
I mean, that is not a bad answer. That is
That's kind of I think that's kind of metal.
That's a killer answer,
It's
actually.
it's kind of metal though, right? When you think
Hmm.
about it all, it's like we're at this
I
time now where because a lot of
respect.
the well, think of this: a lot of millennials are having kids. A lot of millennials are teaching their kids the stuff that they grew up on. And if
Hmm.
those kids are going to take those lessons of like something they grew up on, someone's going to say, "Well, I identify as Ash Ketchum because Ash Ketchum took care of his pets." Think about it.
Yep.
Who's the best dog owner of all of pop culture history? Well, it's Ash Ketchum. You know how many times Ash Ketchum took a fucking lightning bolt or a laser beam or a fucking gun, a bullet for his actual Pokemon? Like Ash Ketchum died actually.
Hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, side note, sorry, it's like that was kind of cool, but yeah. So that was a cool Batman
Yeah.
picture. But anyway, Backrooms, Backrooms.
Well, I thought it was impressive that A24 and there was like there was some a lot of actually some there was actually a lot of big people involved in this one. One of them, Sean Levy, who's like
God, dude, there was some big ass names in this shit.
yeah, yeah. Sean Levy was like of course his company was behind Stranger Things, 21 Laps. And he was behind this one, but like they went with maybe they learned from the Slenderman dud. We're like, hey, maybe what they should have done was just get the people from the Marble Hornets YouTube channel to make that movie instead.
Well,
If anybody remembers that, if anybody remembers when the Slenderman meme was a thing, and then remembers that YouTube channel, it's like just get those guys. don't make like a Hollywood studio hack job
No. Well,
and then fuck up the editing because well, that movie also was harmed by the fact that Slender Man got invoked in a real life tragedy, and the families threw a big stink about the movie when it came out because they thought, this is exploiting our pain, and so they had to like edit a bunch of stuff out of the movie, which ironically like took out a lot of the horror. Apparently, it was
and
one of
that's
those
not,
things.
and that's the studio's fault for not thinking of that.
Yeah, yeah, that was made
No.
by Screen Gems, I remember. It was made by Sony, and this is being made by A24. And this time well, first of all, there's been no attempted child murder on behalf of the Backrooms, so that's a good thing. They just got Kane Parsons. They got, hey, you made those YouTube videos. What if we gave you
No.
some money to
No.
make a real movie?
Let's say this. Give this man some credit. Kane Parsons. He didn't make those videos. He made the lore. He invented the
Yes.
lore. First of all, Backroom started with just a Reddit post saying, "Imagine you wake up in this never-ending room that smells like this and has this yellow color and the lights, blah blah blah." Then he just like this. All right, bet. And then he just wrote down all this lore, all this interconnecting sci-fi Twilight Zone fucking bonanza-ness, and then they get him to make a movie. By the way, a movie with a $10 million budget that has made almost 400 million fucking dollars.
Yeah.
And by the way, folks, Travis said it correctly. Any other studio would have been like this. Okay, green screen, blue screen, all over the place. Nope, this fucking dude made a 310,000 square foot set.
Yeah.
To
And
the
actually,
point, to the point, did you know the crew got lost during filming?
yes, yes. Yeah, in fact, I was watching Red Letter Media's review of the Backrooms, and they pointed out that there's an episode of American Horror Stories, not the main show, the one where it's just like standalone episodes, American Horror Stories, that was basically about the Backrooms, and they showed clips of it. And one thing that was like, oh, they fucked this up. It's dark. The Backrooms
Oh,
are not supposed to be dark. They are it's fluorescent. The horror is from the fact that you're in a fluorescently lit room. Everything is brightly lit, which is something that I appreciate more in movies nowadays because a lot of
yeah,
cinematographers have forgotten how to
dude.
light their movies
The
properly.
Solo movie sucks because of the lighting. The Solo movie's completely
Oh
ruined because
God,
of the
it
lighting.
was hard to like see shit. I want to see people's faces. Uh, House of
And
the
you,
Dragon
hey,
has had this problem a few times.
yeah, Game of
That
Thrones is
beach
majorly.
scene from House of the Dragon.
Oh my
Did you have to turn up your
god.
TV settings to watch that scene? Because I
No,
did.
you know what I did? I just kind of closed every window in the house and go like this with my eyes open. I watched it on
Well,
the TV.
yeah.
No, and
Whereas,
here's the thing. Well,
yeah.
no, but no. The lighting on this, you see everything. There's nothing hidden. There's no shadowy figure, or really, I mean, yes, there's that Christmas scene, but the thing is, the whole thing is lit, and you're seeing it, and the horror is, oh my god, how big is this fucking facility?
At least with the Christmas light scene, that was like the point of that was like, oh, this is a dark room, and it was different from everything
Oh,
else. It
true.
was
Okay, you're
like
right. You're right,
it wasn't just dark for mood's sake. It was like in canonically in universe dark,
dude.
and it was which is reinforced by the fact that it was shot through the VHS camera, which
Yeah.
also made the scene where the people start coming out like even scarier because
Okay,
it's that shitty VHS quality, which means you're kind of struggling to make out shapes because it's not totally crisp,
and
which is
that's
like when they
hey,
start
yeah.
coming out, it's like ah.
Oh, hey, that's why Blair Witch was so good because you're just like, it's VHS. Fuck, fuck. You're like, no.
That's why some people say that like watching old horror movies on VHS is the better way to watch them. Because when you watch like them like high def remastered, which like yeah, it looks more like how they were when they were shot on film, but that when there's black background, there's some voids.
Yeah, and there's the
Your
thing.
eyes don't play
Hey,
tricks on you as much as they used to.
remember how we freaked out when the hand went up to turn on the light, and we're like, that's not like, stop. That fucking scene freaked me out. And then the woman comes out. I was like, ah, dude,
Yeah.
dude, I was freaking out. I know you were freaking out, but I was like, oh my god, they're everywhere.
I thought this movie I thought this movie was brilliant. I like that first of all, I like the success of it.
Oh
I like
my
the success of
God, yeah.
this, and as well as the movie Obsession, which seems to be generating more conversation, but has also been doing very successfully. I haven't seen
Another
it. I've heard it's
YouTube
really
creator
good.
turned director.
Yes,
Okay,
another YouTube creator turned director on a shoestring budget, and it's making bank,
bank. And here's the funny
fucking
thing.
bank.
The reason why I haven't seen Obsession is because my cousin Claire saw it, and I always trust her movie reviews. She says we were talking about it, and then when I asked her this, she said, "This is what the movie is." I'm like, "Okay, I don't need to see it." I asked her, "From what you're telling me, it just sounds like this is what it's like to date a Latina." And she's like, "This is basically what the movie is. It's like you know what you're getting into. Suck it up, you little bitch boy. You wanted that Latina ass, so deal with it." And I'm like, "This." Well, I don't need to see the movie. And then I asked a woman at my work who is Hispanic, and she's like, "This. That is exactly what the movie is. You non-Mexicans need to realize when you date one of us, you need to fucking grow up." And I'm like this. Yeah, I get the movie now.
I have
Even
not heard that angle.
Oh, and here's the thing, and I know the movie actually has layers to it, like the whole thing about he wishes for a woman to forcibly like him, and she's trapped inside this stark spell because she has these like breaking moments of like, "Who the fuck am I? Who the fuck are you?" And then she goes back to
Yeah.
being under the spell. And it basically obsession is basically that the guy is obsessed with himself, and that's why he's like this. They take on the horrible incel culture basically. The movie's about that, but the joke being, this is what it's like to date a Mexican lady. And I'm like, all right, well, I've seen the movie. But Obsession, dude, I'll say this: Obsession did so well. The director is already making another movie.
Yeah, he's gotten attached to make like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot, which sure,
No,
fine.
no, but he's
I'd
making
be
money.
more.
Hey, he's making
Yeah,
money though. He's got a job. And the thing is,
yeah.
the director for Backrooms, Kane Parsons, he got greenlit to make another movie. And you would think, oh, Backrooms 2, anthology horror. We'll get more of the pools of liminal spacing. No, guess what he's interested in making?
Well, you told me this. He's
Yeah, I know,
making
but that's what I'm saying. Portal. He wants to make the Portal movie. That's awesome. That's
a.
awesome. Portal is a great franchise. So this director's killing it, and it's just showing you right now the state of where movies are because one, you don't need $300 million to make a movie. You don't.
Yeah,
Now, I'm not saying you should be cheaping out and underpaying everyone. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying is so you really look down on it, look on the budget, look at what you need. Stop, like, remember what we found out, for example, because we brought it up. Excuse me. We brought it up. The reason why season 3 of Mandalorian cost so much, and we found out from Katie Sackhoff, they spent hundreds of millions of dollars. They spent millions upon millions of dollars on catering alone for the filming of. Yes, no, she said it on a bunch of podcasts. They
mm-hmm.
spent millions upon millions of dollars on catering alone during the filming of season 3 of Mandalorian. Like god awful stupid money.
Wow.
Think about that.
I mean, I love catering on a film set.
But
I
no, no,
love that
that
shit.
she said they did some ridiculous fondue shit. And this made me
Okay.
think. No, this made me think. Backrooms was 10 million, and you can literally see how this money was stretched and just expanded, and like it feels like it's not even cheap. It's just you're in this world. But then you hear stuff like, okay, best example of waste of money I have ever heard in the film industry. Do you remember the movie Live Free or Die Hard?
Yeah, the fourth Die Hard movie. Yeah.
Okay, Kevin Smith tells a story, and what I always got from it the first time I heard it was like, "Oh my god, the studios just waste money like it's fucking water." There was a very big actual like dispute fight during Live Free or Die Hard. This is not a joke. There was
Oh,
a big
dang.
moment. Yeah,
Okay.
so the whole movie, things are going right. Things are going, and Kevin Smith finds out, oh, I'm going to play the warlock, and that character doesn't get done until like the end of the second half to set up the third half for the big gung ho moment kind of thing. And they keep pushing back. Okay, the main villain. I don't know the character's name. I forgot about it. I think his name's Tommy something, played by Timothy Olyphant. Great actor. No one knows this man's motivation at all throughout most of the movie, and the writers and the studio kept pushing back, like, oh, "Okay, we'll get to it. Okay, we'll get to it. Okay, we'll get to it." And Bruce
Uh,
Willis and
I've
Bruce
heard
Willis.
stories
Okay,
about
okay, this
that.
is true.
Yeah.
This is true. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about, Travis. So Bruce Willis was getting upset. I was like, okay, well, when are we gonna find out the motivation for this fucking guy I'm fighting? Like he's trying to take down America. He's trying to literally put America in the fucking dark ages to reset the clock. When are
Hmm.
we gonna find out what it is? Oh, we'll throw it in the Warlock scene. Warlock scene. Yeah, you're gonna find this one hacker, like computer nerd guy, and he used to work for Thomas Gabriel. No, that's right. Timothy Oliphant's character's name was Thomas Gabriel. You're gonna find Thomas Gabriel's motivation at that scene. We're gonna just exposition dump it there, and we'll figure it out. And Bruce Willis is like this. Fine, fuck it, fine. I don't care. This movie's going well anyway. I like what's happening with the action sequences and the fights. Whatever. They get to the
I respect Bruce Willis for caring about that though.
no. Oh, it gets
Yeah.
he gets into it. They get to the Warlock scene where they're gonna film this scene. Only supposed to take 1 day to film this scene. That's what they gave it. Keep this in
No.
mind.
Oh no.
So they get to it. Bruce Willis comes in. What the fuck's this script? What? We're telling goth erection dick jokes during this scene. And all I want to know is what Thomas Gabriel's like motivation is. This guy's trying to take down the Western world.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys, what's going on? Kevin Smith plays a warlock. And he's like this. Well, I'm a writer director. Give me the script. I got an idea. Are you sure, Kevin? I got an idea. Give me the script. Shut the fuck up. Give me a couple hours. He
With a little
types it.
Shane Black there. I'll punch it up.
Well, he doesn't do it. And here's the thing: he doesn't do it rudely. He's just like this. Can I try? You're upset. Can I try? All right, fine. By the way, they were supposed to begin filming at 8 o'clock. Bruce Willis didn't show up till 9:30, and he's having a gripe and complain about it by 10 o'clock in the morning. And then by 12 o'clock, which is lunchtime, Kevin Smith gives the script. I like this. Send it off to the studio. Let's see what happens. What do we do till then, Bruce Willis? Well, Kevin, we're on lunch. I'm gonna go make a fucking barbecue. Um, okay. Like, and then apparently Kevin's and Bruce Willis did a Fourth of July style barbecue, and everyone's and Kevin Smith is like this, dude. During my movies, we're like on the fucking wire. We're on the clock.
Yeah.
We're making a movie here. Okay. Hey, it's 1 o'clock. Lunch is over. Did the studio get back? They're still probably doing something. We'll hear about it in a couple hours.
God.
3 o'clock comes around. Bruce, did the
You gotta shoot
studio?
something.
No, no. Did the studio come back? Who knows? 5 p.m., 6 p.m. shows up. All right, everybody, go home. Kevin Smith is like, what the fuck? All right, okay. Next day. Hey, did the studio get back? No. What do you mean, no? Nope. Day 2. Day 3. Day 4. They're on Friday, Travis.
It's like, don't they have like film permits to shoot other things after
No,
this?
no, no. The entire movie was set at the Warlock's basement location for a little over a week. They
Jesus.
he found out it was like almost
I
that
don't
movie waste the
understand
movie
this.
wasted almost an extra $800,000 because they just didn't
Jesus.
film anything and everyone was standing around and Bruce Willis was just cooking and chilling and when the studio finally got back to them by like that Friday it was like a look we don't like this is too heavy let's change it. And so Bruce Willis, this is where it comes out, where Bruce Willis finally, caring about the lore. He's like, this, really? You don't like this? Why? This is hardcore. This is legit. The world's going to end. America is falling. And this guy's telling us some legit scary shit that's going to make the audience piss their pants. Let's do it. Well, it's not funny. We don't want to scare the audience, Bruce. And it's like this, okay. And this is where Bruce Willis did the famous, like, okay, well, who's your second choice for John McClane?
Yeah.
And then it's like, all right, fine, I got okay. And that's why you see the Warlock scene as it is, written by Kevin Smith. But they wasted about 8 days worth of filming.
I swear to God, there's just sometimes it's just you can tell like sometimes there's just some people in charge of running these studios where it's like, have you ever been on a film set? Like, do you know like how exhausting being on a set can be? Like, you can't dick around with people's time like that. Okay, I have a similar story. Um, this is let's just say this is rumor. This is conjecture.
Oh,
I have no official way. I have no prime. I have
oh.
no. I'm not going to give away. Let's just say I have. Um, I know a guy who knows a guy who casually told me one time, knows a guy who knows a guy who at one point was, let's say, connected to Paramount slash CBS in the mid-teens. And this would be around the time when the third Chris Pine Star Trek movie, Star Trek Beyond, was coming out. And I heard a similar story. Not granted, it wasn't as ridiculous as that, but at one point they turned in the script for Star Trek Beyond, and there's a blank page in the script that says, "This is where Kroll is the Idris Elba bad guy
Yeah.
character." A blank page in the script. This is where Kroll's motivation is going to be revealed.
Yeah.
And honest to God, if you watch that movie, it makes perfect sense. Like,
It's yeah.
because you don't find out his motivation, and there's not really much of an inkling as to what it is until like this scene when there's like 20 minutes of movie left, and it's
Yep.
basically
Yep.
they're watching the videos,
Yeah.
and it's
The
just like crammed into you, and I'm like,
and watching a security tape.
yeah, and of which he's like giving his confessional. It's like, this is how I feel. This is why I am bad now. This is why I want to do the bad things now. And I would say, like, on paper, the motivation is interesting. But the fact that it's like crammed in the end, and it
Yeah.
really could have been any fucking reason for this. It could have done anything with this.
But they chose.
And it's like, really? So when Simon Pegg and Doug Young went to write the screenplay, they didn't have the motivation for the bad guy figured out. They just crafted the action plot. I mean, here's the sad thing. Star Trek Beyond is like the best of those three movies.
It is. It is.
I'll
Yeah.
say it is the
No, I
so
agree with you.
it is the best of those three movies. I would say maybe top 3 of all 14 films in Star Trek. It's up
I'll
there. Eh?
I'll give you that. I'll give you that because the thing about Star Trek 3 is you really feel like you are on the edge of fucking space. There is no backup.
Well, it's the one Star Trek movie that actually feels like a big budget version of the TV show, and it doesn't have a whole lot of, well, the good times are behind us,
Yeah,
and
no,
now we
no,
got to grapple with getting older and dealing
no,
with old
no,
wounds,
no,
which
Travis,
all the
Travis,
other movies have been up to that
no,
point.
and Travis, it doesn't have a lot of like, hey, have you seen 9/11 times 100? No,
Yeah.
hey, imagine if
Have
that
you ever
movie.
seen 91,100?
Hey, imagine if Yorktown got cut in half somehow by some plasma grenade.
So that shit does happen where they
Oh,
will
it's
go. That
insane.
happens all the time in
It's in,
Hollywood,
dude.
more often than it really should. And
The most
you know,
famous one is Gladiator. They started filming without a script.
it really shouldn't. They shouldn't do it that way. And when you watch like older movies, you can tell there was a time. Whoopsie, there was a time when it wasn't like that. Because generally, when you watch older movies, you can tell you're watching a complete product, even if it's bad. It's like, well,
Oh yeah,
this is what the movie was pretty much from
yeah.
the get go. Um, but yeah, no, that happens.
It's
That
like
happens so
it's you
much
know what
more
it is.
often.
I feel like it's a '90s thing, like a mid late '90s thing now into the time.
I think it's just a lot of like cart before the horse type thinking, where it's like we got to shoot, and then we got to shoot on this date, no matter what we're shooting, regardless of whether the script is ready. And then the script is not complete because the studios keep dicking around with whatever. I mean, I've heard James Gunn talk about that he's trying to like avoid this with him running DC Studios, that
Yeah,
he's like, no, we're not shooting dick until the script is finished.
that's
That's
how
how we're gonna
that's
operate.
how it needs to be. Even like you said, if it's a crappy D-rated movie, it's like, well, at least the script was done.
Yeah, it
Like
has to be a complete story. Yeah.
when you watch any of those Mystery Science Theater episodes, those were all complete scripts. They were shitty
Hmm.
films, but they were like the complete idea.
Yeah. Um, I get, which I guess to get us back on topic, Backrooms was definitely a complete story, front to back.
Oh my god, dude! I love how it was a slow pace. I love how they don't tell you anything. You just have to assume. Oh, I think this was court ordered therapy.
Yeah, it's like, and you know what's interesting? I feel like the movie holds your hand holds your hand a little bit, but just enough.
Just
Just
a
enough.
little bit. It's all on you.
It's like it lets the high concept speak for itself, but not so much to where like you don't it's not like so esoteric that you have a hard time following it. Like, I don't know,
No.
this is some David Lynch movie. Like, it's actually very easy to follow and understand
Oh,
what's happening.
well, you know what I love? I love how you have to on the audience yourself. You realize towards the third act, you're like, oh my shit, there's a time jump. There was a time jump. How long has he been in there?
Mm-hmm.
I
And
love that.
that scene in the when it's Chiwetel Ejiofor and Renata her name isn't
What?
R.
She's a great actress, by the way.
Yeah,
She's
his therapist when he's basically like kind of explaining the thesis of the Backrooms. Um, that's like I thought that was done really well. Where it's like, okay, you're explaining the audience kind of what the point of this is, but you're
oh
not doing it in a way that's like hitting you. Or what's her name?
Renata Rinziv. I think that's how I'm pronouncing it. I could be
Renata
wrong,
Rinziv.
but
She's great.
Dr. Mary Klein.
Dr. Mary, when she's being explained essentially the thesis, it's like it's explaining the audience, it's letting the audience in easy, but not in a way that feels like it's beating you over the head,
No,
but
it's
like
disturbing as shit when he's
it's
saying that
disturbing
shit.
as shit, and it feels like it's done in a way, it's scripted in a way that feels like it's inviting the audience to think deeper. And
Well,
that's why I was glad at
yes.
the end with the where suddenly with the when they finally intersect with the Mark Duplass character,
Oh
and
yeah.
then they fade out his audio as it seems like he's about to explain the lore. It's like, no, 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 we don't need to hear that. We don't need to know the lore, why the backrooms exist. This ain't fucking Stranger Things.
No, you know what I love about that character, by the way? I'm going to call him the scientist guy. I love how you show him having a day off with his family. We pop some popcorn. We're watching a movie on the analog. It's probably on cable. Like most people saw movies back then on cable,
In
not actually VHS.
1990, yes.
I love how it's like when he realizes the commercial because it's a commercial. No, they're watching a movie on cable because
They're
there's a
watching the
commercial.
never-ending story.
Yeah, they're watching the Never Ending Story on cable because it cuts to a commercial of Clark's furniture store, and I love the look on his face of like, oh shit. And in my head, remember that joke I made to you? Man, dude can't have a day off from work. I love that. It's like you literally can't have a day off work, bro.
Yeah, it's
That
like
hit home to
yeah,
me. That hit home. The mentality of you will never have a day off work. Really, you're bringing work home. But no, well, you're right because it's like you. Though this, you know what this movie is? This is a modern day version of the Mountains of Madness. It is. This is like
mhm.
the thing where it's like this. You don't need to know about the alien. You just got to get rid of it.
Yeah,
The whole thing about the thing is they're like this. It was probably buried in the ice for about 200,000 years. Oh, it's probably from another world. Maybe this isn't the native species. Maybe it took over the native species and it's this and maybe it's this. It's like doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter what the alien is. The horror is what the fuck? What the fuck
yeah,
is this? And the horror of the backrooms is it won't stop. It just won't stop. It just won't stop. That's
yeah.
the
Well,
horror.
the horror of the, and I guess we'll get to. I guess this is where I invoke spoilers. The horror is um, basking in nostalgia and how nostalgia can twist your memories. I just when Clark is talking about, I think all of this is like memories, but the more you remember things, the more twisted it becomes, and that hit me really hard. It reminds me of like when you have an earworm,
Mm-hmm.
and the more you think of like the song, or maybe just
Yep.
like a specific
Yep.
motif of the song, the more distorted it becomes in your head, and you feel like the only
Well,
way to cure yourself of the earworm is to actually listen to the song proper again, so you can remember properly what it sounds like.
Well, you know what? It's funny. It's the joke you have with me about that one. Oh God, what's his fucking name? Black Panther. What's his name? The actor who died.
Chadwick Boseman.
Remember the joke I make with that New York cop movie, and you're like, Tom, that's not how he says it. That's not how he says it at all. And I keep saying it like how I think I hear it from the trailer. Of like, what happens next? We flood the city with blue, and you're like, Tom, that literally is not how he actually delivers that line. It's no, but it's like that. It's a twisted version in your head. It's like a dark Mandela effect.
Yes, and what was great. This could have been like this particular moment could have been like a beat you over the head because
Yeah, no,
it
yep.
was like the metaphor made literal when Clark decides, you know what, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay in the back rooms, which he essentially
I'm gonna
defines as
stay
a
in La La
world.
Land.
Yeah, which he defines the backrooms as a world of twisted memories, basically.
Yeah,
And he decides, I'm just gonna live here. I'm gonna live in my romanticized version of the past.
because he's a
And
fucking alcoholic. I love that he's an alcoholic.
yeah, yeah. And then when the twisted monster version of himself, which turns out this is what the monster that's been killing everybody is. It's like a
Oh, no,
sick
no,
and
no, no,
twisted.
no. I'll argue it's one of the monsters because the monster that killed the camera guy, I think that was a different monster because of the way it was moving. It's one of the
That's fair.
monsters.
That's fair. The
Actually,
plot's
I
main
should be
monster.
specific. One of the aggressive monsters, because the monsters we saw some monsters that were passive.
Yes.
So this is one of the aggressive monsters
Yes.
that is
This is
killing.
like yeah, this is because this is essentially like a manifestation of Clark's rage, of Clark blaming the world, blaming everything but himself for his own fuck
Yep,
ups.
yep.
And then when the monster version of himself enters, he's like, "It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to stay here now." And what does the monster do? He eats
Eats him.
him because because if you get stuck trying to
You'll
relive the
cannibal.
past, it will consume you.
You will
It's
cannibalize yourself.
yes.
It's like in shitification, and like the AI bubble, it'll eat itself, and it is. This
And
movie has layers. This movie has, excuse me, sorry, burp.
it's
This
like,
movie
do
has
you get it? But
this movie has
it's
insane
done so well that it's
layers.
like it doesn't come off as like heavy-handed.
No, dude, remember, dude, the fact that he found out a way. By the way, I can live off this. Like he's cutting up that one dude and like eating his, and like it's like, dude, this is the most
And eat
insane.
this.
Well, this movie has layers because it's talking about enshittification. Because it's talking about like, hey, I did this movie on $10 million, not 100 million, not 200 million. I did it on 10 million. I don't need all this shit. I don't need AI. I made a real set. I don't need green screens or blue screens. I made a practical set. By the way, that guy, the buddy, our buddy, one of your groomsmen, we interviewed, Wes. His girlfriend visited the set. It's on her Instagram. She walked through it. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's a real physical. You can touch it and feel it and smell it set.
And you could tell it's a real set when you're watching it. Just the way the camera freely moves around the room as you take in the space. And
It's like the real monster is the back rooms itself. It's not Clark Pirate. It's the back rooms.
yes, it's well, as I said, this is like, and it's this is it's the most like Gen Z movie that's ever been made. And I mean that in a positive way. And not just for the fact that Kane Parsons is a 21-year-old living in the year of our Lord
Dude,
2026.
he's younger than us. Is that insane?
He wasn't old enough to drink when he made this movie.
He's
With
still not old enough to drink. He's still not old. He's 20 right now.
Oh, he's not even 21 yet?
No. He turned 20 during this.
Yeah, that the
If
but
he
like
goes to the Oscars, there's a possibility he still not might be able to drink.
he might not be able to go to
The Oscar
like
party.
the big Oscar party. Yeah, no, like this there's been a lot of talk about like how younger generations, Gen Z is like a catch-all term, and whether or not we're part of Gen Z, it depends on what social scientist you ask. But in the meantime, I'll just say we that like we slash they are part of are the most nostalgic generation ever
Yeah.
because and I've been actually reading up a lot in this past week of like what that is. I discovered there's a new word to refer to this that's been used to refer to this called anemoia,
Okay.
which refers to longing for a time you were never a part of, like you were never
Oh,
alive
isn't
for.
it? That's what Midnight in Paris was about.
I haven't seen Midnight in Paris.
You know what I'm talking about, though,
Okay.
the movie, the Owen Wilson, Woody Allen movie.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it was. That's it. Longing to be a part of a time that you weren't even a part of.
Yeah,
I
and
know exactly what you're talking about.
it kind of talks about like, you know, eh, on the one hand, I could go explicitly political and say that like every presidential election over like the last three cycles has been the winning candidate had a message of let's go back. Trump was let's make America great again,
Yeah,
which
yeah, yeah, yeah.
implies that, yeah, and then Biden was no, 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 the last 4 years were a mistake. Let's go back to normal. And then Trump wins after that, make America great again. Again. And so that's one thing. Another thing is that
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the digital age, with more access to media than any human being has ever had before, practically have the Library of Alexandria at our fingertips with our phones. Um, we can see the past it more clearly than we used to. We see like videos. We'll see like old commercials. We'll see old newsreels. We'll see old TV shows and get a
Mm-hmm. Yep,
sense of
yep.
like how people viewed things, how, and what the trends were and what the mindset was. Someone talking about like, yeah, was the living situation as depicted on Friends wildly unrealistic? Yeah, but it reflected a 90s attitude that, we're on the up and up, that things will get better, that you can achieve your dream of going to the city and doing well for yourself over there and having a nice apartment and doing it with all your friends and you're all together and that's how you get your social hormones worked out. And now a lot of times we just sit on our phones and do that and it turns out, well, we're not feeling that optimism of the 90s anymore. And so forth. And it's actually very interesting that this movie is set in the year 1990, a time that Jim
Yeah.
Parsons himself was not alive for because he was born. I mean, dude's younger than my sister, so he's born after,
He's
well after
20. He's
9/11.
20. He was born in '06.
Yeah.
He was born in fucking '06. He was born maybe after Revenge of the Sith. Think about that.
Yeah, but like, 1990. Okay, the Cold War was ending and we were moving into like we were about to enter like a big cultural boom.
Yep.
The United States was on the top of the world, and like, it was a big time for, television and film and music and a sense of optimism that, we are on top, things can only get better. We've reached the end of history and we can experiment and do all sorts of crazy things. And that was the 90s. That was the attitude of the 90s. That was a cultural attitude that was
I
on the
well,
cusp
uh,
of the time the movie takes place.
if you don't mind me saying too, because I'll argue. I remember my '90s really well. I was born in '94, but I remember the last fucking 3 years really well. It was stuff was going, kind of like going on the up and up. Stuff was good. Stuff was moving. You pop culturally, the shows, the video games, the N64, for example, alone revolutionary. But everything around you was just like, yeah, like we're moving forward. Like everything's good. Like you hang.
Technology was exciting.
Yeah, it was
It's like
exciting.
the
Hold on.
next computer was something new. It's like,
Te-
ooh, a new
it was
technology
it was
that we
not
can
even like,
interact
dude,
with.
it was beyond exciting. It was almost like sexy.
Yeah.
And then like everyone's clothing attire was fun and rebellious, but also stylish and sexy. Like the MTV spring break stuff that they did in the late '90s was like, yeah, like the crop tops, the way women were wearing their clothing. Britney Spears, for example. Yes, I know
Yeah.
the whole world tragedy and disgustingness of her being underage, but as a young boy, it's like, yeah, it's my babysitter. Like, you know what I mean? And the coolness of some shows coming on, and like you're getting the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, you're getting good movies of the '90s. Reservoir Dogs was fucking setting shit on fire, and then you got Pulp Fiction, and you're getting the laptop, the computers, and what they were doing, and StarCraft.
Yeah, and now like, there's gonna be what? Now we're down to like four Hollywood studios. Pop music sounds all the same now and doesn't seem to doesn't seem to resemble what like people actually want, but
No,
it's
not
it's
at
all
all.
just of the same dudes in New York that own all the radio stations that are telling you what
Well,
you should listen to.
it's the monopolies we've been trying to warn people about
Yeah,
for
like things are
decades.
more monopoly, and technology is not this exciting thing anymore because
It's
we've
a burden.
essentially
It's a burden.
it's a burden, it's at best a tool, but now it's like a thing that sucks your social energy and doesn't actually make you feel good in the same way that like doing drugs may like get at some sort of chemical in your brain but you don't feel really all that good about it afterwards, and also it's like extracting information from you, and like that's what tech is now. It's like, oh, how can we, it reminds me of that joke that people say in Soviet Russia, Google searches you, but that's just America now.
In Soviet Russia, doggy style you. No, well, here's the thing. Now it's all
um,
subscription services and how much they cost and how it's now, oh, this is supposed to be better than cable. It's cable.
it's
It's
just
cable.
cable again,
It's
and it's like,
and our commercials even suck. Remember how cool our commercials were growing up?
and like, for all those fees and stuff, it's like prices are going up, but your wages aren't necessarily going up to accommodate them, and the prices are going up, but that doesn't mean the product is getting better, and in some
No,
cases the product is getting worse.
and your shows are over in 6 episodes compared to 25, and
And you
it's
don't watch them together.
you
You
binge
watch
it.
them on your own time,
Yeah,
and
no
because
one,
nobody, there's no appointment television anymore.
nope.
So
And
I
it's all like this. Oh, and it's not saying this. Hey, did you watch an episode? No, I didn't. I'll get to it. Or like, hey, Friends, for example, Friends. You can actually watch Friends at any point. Like the first 6 seasons are pretty much pick and choose. It's great. But now it's like this. Hey, did you watch the new season? Oh no, I'm behind. That's the new key phrase now when watching television. I'm behind.
yeah,
I'm
I'm
behind.
behind. Like
I
I'm
need to
behind on The Bear right now because I finally started watching the final season this
I
week.
need to catch up. I need to catch up with my social group that I barely see because we're always texting each other and my work schedule. But I have to catch up to my friends. I'm behind on the show. Hey, you watched the new season of House of the Dragon? I'm still behind on season 2. But don't worry, I'm on episode 6 of 8, and there's only literally 8 episodes anyway of season 3, so who cares?
Yeah, it's
Oh, and by the
so you can
way,
see with these frustrations, it's very easy for us to kind of look fondly back and wish we can go back. And the more we think fondly about that, the less what we imagine, inevitably, the less we imagine of that era is going to resemble what it actually was.
yeah,
And the more we're going to overlook the bad, the bad, the downsides, or maybe even the warning signs that led us to the things we consider bad today.
yeah.
But you know,
Well,
that
this
didn't
is
matter. That didn't matter to Clark. He was like, no, I want to go back, and he literally, quite literally, gets consumed for it.
Yeah, and here's the thing: this movie isn't a post 9/11 movie. It's a post fucking COVID movie. Like you really feel
Yes.
this is such a painful, not over the head, like you said, not over the head, beating you over the head moment. This is a painful, like mirror to the face post COVID movie where it's like, oh, you thought 9/11 we weren't going to go back to it, dude. 2020 fucking took everything from everyone.
Yeah, and you
It
could, and you can feel that in like there's so much emptiness. I mean,
Yeah,
not
like
just
the
with the
back, like
backrooms, but also
yeah.
in the real world. Like the main character's furniture store, no one's going to it. No one's buying shit from it.
And
He
you
he
notice how spread out it is?
Yes. And he's just, yeah, it's so spread out and empty. And it's like, this space should not be empty. There should be people looking at beds, but
Oh no,
no
no,
one's
there should be
coming
more
in.
inventory and a more set up design. I've
Hmm.
been to Ashley Furniture's and Bob's.
Yes.
No, this is a dead space.
And he's sleeping there alone. He can't even be in his own house. So he's not even, you know,
Drinking fucking bourbon every night.
and
Jeez.
so he's just kind of going nuts all by himself. Oh, yeah, there's
There's
some
this
like I was raised under COVID undertones uh
this movie.
with the auteur of this movie.
No, yeah, no, because here's the thing, like you I know I was in first grade when 9/11 happened, but I remember something was off. And then you see it like with our TV shows and movies that came out after 9/11, like like fuck the biggest example, okay, because we talked about okay the year I think that Kane Parsons was born because he's 20 years old and this is 2026. Dude, Revenge of the Sith, holy shit.
Hmm.
Seeing that movie for the first time is not a it's a dark ending. It's a very
Yeah.
fucked up, scary ending.
That's why I didn't want to watch it at the time because
Yeah.
I just knew how it was going to end, and I was like, I don't think I'm emotionally ready for that at the age of 10."
The Shield being a post 9/11 movie. Or sorry, TV show,
TV
TV
show,
show.
yeah.
It's like
Oh
there
yeah,
I
and
think
suddenly everything was like handheld
yeah.
and
I think episode
cringy.
3 or 4 has that cold open where that woman comes in saying, "You got people throwing buildings, planes into buildings, people killing." Like I was like, "Holy shit! This is fucking a 9/11 monologue."
Yeah, 2002. So
Yeah, no,
yeah,
yeah.
yes,
The only hopeful, feel good fucking movie that really strong like hung out during the early years of post 9/11 was Return of the King. It had to be a good ending. I know that was based off a book, but it's like it had to be a good ending. The Two Towers was called The Two Towers in 2002, but you had Sam's monologue saying, that's why like the stories matter, because there's something there. We're gonna do it. We're gonna make it, Mr. Frodo, because it's the stories that really matter. And it's like, yeah, how can you come back from absolute darkness, absolute sadness, absolute pain, absolute your government is fucking you in the ass without lube?
yeah,
The best line from Avatar, 2008, 2009, Avatar. Remember Sigourney Weaver? Wow, they're actually just pissing on us, and they don't even have now the common courtesy to call it rain. The
yeah. I don't
back
remember
rooms
that
is
line.
the back rooms has so many layers to it, figuratively, metaphorical, symbolical. You're just like, we're eating each other alive. Our
Hmm.
desire for nostalgia is so high that we have
It,
this superhero fatigue. Toy Story is still a fucking good franchise with all this, nostalgia. Nostalgia is not good. Nostalgia, you know what nostalgia is? It's heroin.
it is.
It's fucking heroin, dude.
Hmm.
We're
It is.
all of us have turned into Ray Charles with that junkie itch. Watch the movie. You'll know what I'm saying. I'm not making a joke. I'm literally saying we're all fucking
Yeah.
like Ray
Well, that's
Charles.
another thing. It's like you're a kid. Imagine you're a kid, Teen Parsons' age, and it's like nostalgia bait is like entertainment now. It's like media is asking you to be nostalgic for things that you didn't grow up with. Hey, Star Wars is back. Well, he didn't really grow up with Star Wars.
No, no,
So
he
it's like,
didn't.
oh, what's the big deal? That might be one of the reasons why the Mandalorian bombed. It's just like the target audience for that
Or
is too young to care.
and at the same time, Toy Story 5. I didn't grow up with Toy Story at all. Yeah, but everyone who saw it grew up with it. My wife old being older than me, she saw Toy Story 1 in theaters.
Hmm.
And that's why it's doing so well because they're seeing that instead of something else that's new and refreshing and different.
Yeah. Well, also in Toy Story, even if you didn't grow up with it, Toy Story is still very easy to show. Like it's timeless. You
But
can show it to kids very
who's
easy.
taking the kids? When I saw it, it was just
Hmm.
like, "Oh yeah, we bought this VHS kid thing for you. Watch it. Toy Story 1 and 2 I saw on VHS because my I saw, I'm watching it. It's different, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then look what you have, and then also too, because you're speaking about how times are different. And it's like this inshitification. We talked about Obsession, right? It came out like what 2 months ago. We're recording on
I think it
January
came
11th.
out a week before Mandalorian and Grogu came
Okay,
out, and
because
it was like and it already beat it at the box
well, what I'm
office.
saying is it's July 11th.
Yeah.
Obsession will be on Peacock on July 17th. I'm not joking with you, Travis.
Hmm.
So why the fuck would I see it in theaters?
Yeah. Oh, I missed my shot. Oh.
No, no. But
Well.
remember the joke I said with Sinners? I didn't
Yes.
see it in May because it was out July 4th. I watched it at 5 a.m. in the morning on July
Hmm.
4th. Why would I waste my time and money seeing it in theaters? I only saw the back rooms because, oh, it's director's cut.
Yeah, and by director's cut, it turned out there was like there was some end credit. There was like extra footage, like a little end credits short
And it was
at the end of
amazing.
the
It
movie,
was
which is
amazing.
great, which is really interesting.
I remember when I said, "Oh shit!" Remember I
Yep.
jumped.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, Obsession, the big hit. The guy already has and he's making another movie. You said how he's doing a chainsaw thing. It comes out July 17th, so why would I rush to theaters at all?
Yeah.
Toy Story
Yeah.
5 will be in on and by Labor Day, maybe even before then. Toy Story 5 will be on Disney Plus. Mandalorian Grogu, give it what, another couple of weeks?
At this point, it's like the motivation to see these movies is if you don't have these streaming services, this is your chance.
Yeah, but if depending on what you have, cell phone provider or cable provider, you get them a part of the package, so essentially for free.
Hmm.
So we're in a weird, interesting world where it's and even more like the lesson being learned by these studios going like, oh my god, these two YouTubers are doing it. Even though at the beginning of the year, Markiplier fucking did it with Iron Lung.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
these YouTubers are doing it. What do we learn from it? Oh, we're gonna make a new department that just searches Reddit threads and 4chan threads and Discord threads to find a little thing, and then we're gonna make a movie out of it. Because guess what got greenlit, Travis? Guess what? The next horror movie coming out within the next 2 years. Guess what? I'm not
What
joking.
is?
Siren Head.
I don't even know what that is.
Look
I'm
it
too
up.
old.
It's just a 15-foot story tall skinny monster with two megaphones on each side of its head. And I know you can make it kind of scary because you can play with sound design and stuff, but when you watch the YouTube footage and you watch the little mini indie games, it's just tall giant monster walk towards you. Like, guess what? Oh, the Slender Man. And it's just like, all right, like,
How about like because I feel like the best way like movies like it seems like the best way to get someone to see an art film is if it's a horror movie and you promote it worth a
yes,
damn.
yes, and which it was. Thank God, the Backrooms and Obsession was promoted worth a
Yeah.
fucking damn.
That's probably why I mean that's probably why A24 is as big as it is now
Yeah, but
because that's
then,
essentially their bread and butter now. So it's like, okay, here's you want to like do horror movies. Here's an idea. Why don't you just act like studios did in the 70s for a while
yeah,
and just,
yeah, you said it. And but
maybe
here's
if you got to snort cocaine to do it, then do it.
yeah, hey,
But
hey,
like
hey, hey,
just let filmmakers do whatever they want. Although maybe like, be modest with your money. Don't give them three
yes,
hundred million dollars, but like it's like, hey, here's 10, 20, $30 million. Go make a movie. Just do whatever you want. Just
but
just do some weird shit, and we'll
I
throw
agree with
all
you.
the weird shit against the wall, and we'll see
See what
what
sticks.
sticks after a decade, and then we'll reassess later.
They should do that because it's like,
Like don't scour the internet for like weird memeable creepy pastas. No, just get filmmakers that just give filmmakers like some freedom like to make something new and different.
at the
Don't
same,
don't get Zach Krieger to make
no,
or not Zach Krieger. Who's the Curry Barker, the obsession guy.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
don't. I mean, I'm sure he's happy for the paycheck, but like, don't have him make Texas Chainsaw the
Well,
reboot,
he's
reboot, reboot.
well, and also too, don't also too make him be like, oh, my next movie is part of the Obsession universe. It's like, can't you make something different? You know what I mean? Because he said his next movie is a part of the Obsession universe. You'll hear about the story of the first of the Obsession movie through clippings in the second one.
Mhm.
And it's like we don't need a universe build. We don't need a franchise. It's like we don't need all these. Oh, it's basically learning the wrong. It's literally you know what it is. It's literally like how most movies are. Oh, a six Top Tub Time Machine. Hot Tub Time Machine was an amazing comedic success. Let's make a sequel.
Yeah, I'm looking for this. Looking this up. Curry Barker says his actual next movie that I guess he's coming out later this or later next year or whatever. Is called Anything But Ghosts, and it's supposedly going to be in the similar like it's going to be in the universe of Obsession, but it sounds like here's the log line. Two fake paranormal investigators must face actual ghosts by dealing with the deception of their own fraudulent business. Okay, that's actually a great premise.
Oh, it's
I like that
great.
log line.
It's great, but the underlining thing is it doesn't have to be in the same universe. The great
That
thing is
yeah.
we don't need these connecting franchises of like, okay, we said it before. Marvel worked because it was a once in a lifetime thing, and after Endgame, stop it. Knock it off.
And there was already source material that
Yes.
that made the shared universe like made sense. So
Because
they had the
yes.
easy button on
And then
there.
when we said of Game of Thrones, it worked because it was a one-time thing. Now every show doesn't have to be Game of Thrones.
And well, or like another way of looking at it, we need new franchises.
Oh,
At the
thank you for
to the very like to go glass half full on that, we need new franchises. We can't just be keep doing stuff that's been around for the last 30 plus
or
years.
or even that. You know what? I'll push on that because I've been thinking about this. Let's get weird with it then. If you're gonna do franchises of like, okay, it's another superhero film or it's another this film. It's like, okay, you know what? Get weird with it. You know what I would like to see in movies, and I'm not joking with it because I did watch the cartoon movie. I know it's a comic book thing, but at this point, fuck it. I don't care about another Batman. At this point, you know what I want to see, Travis, for fun? You know, I mean,
What?
joke. I'm being serious. You know what I'd like to see? Batman meets the
Oh yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Why not? It's a fucking cartoon movie anyway, and it was really good. Just do it. Just fucking do it. Or how about this? Because it's an actual comic. Power Rangers versus Godzilla. Why not? At this point,
You know
why
what I
the
just
fuck not?
realized since Paramount's about to buy Warner Brothers that Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie might actually be possible.
Oh wait, here's an online joke I don't think you saw. Do you know Disney owns the Ewoks, correct? Star Wars?
Yes.
Do you
Yep.
know what also Disney owns in their Hulu expansive brand and all that shit? Predator. Why not? Predator and the Ewoks. At this, I'm not saying for like desperation. My dad said it, and I understand the desperate act or like really, really. It's like at this point, get weird with it. Get weird. Get different.
Oh God. Oh God, that's so funny. It's like the Ewoks are like because the Predator only hunts like prey that's like formidable and can defend
Or
itself
or a threat. Remember the kid in
or a
Predator
threat.
2? Yeah, the
And the
kid in.
Ewoks are a threat.
No, 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 no. They start off as a pushover and they turn into a threat.
Well, the Predator saw them blow up the Death Star and was like, "This is dangerous prey right here."
Or
Or not
God,
the Death Star, the shield generator, but
or
they
or
took on the
or
Empire. I
or like
was
I said, Godzilla, Power Rangers versus Godzilla. It's an actual comic book line.
yeah. But
Why not? Mech suits. It's fucking Voltrons and mech suits against Godzilla. And here's the thing. I am tired of America making Godzilla a good guy. He's a villain. Make Godzilla the bad guy again.
like okay, like Curry Barker making Obsession, that was like his own brainchild that he, did whatever he want, albeit on the shoestring budget that he had. It was like $750,000 for his budget, not even a full million. Good lord. Like
And he filmed it in less than 24 days or something like that. Filmed it in
yeah,
like two
yeah.
weeks.
Yeah. So like okay, a filmmaker, but for the most part, it's just one guy up to his own devices. You know what other movie was made by a guy up to pretty much up to his own devices? Star
Reservoir Dogs.
Wars.
Oh yeah, Star Wars.
And
It's
now that's a cultural juggernaut. But that was like, oh, this is just this weirdo named George. This is his little brainchild. It might not go anywhere.
hey,
Whatever.
hey Travis. It might not go anywhere, so we'll give them all the merchandising rights.
Yeah,
Or Reservoir Dogs,
we'll
even
give him all the sequels.
or look at
Yeah.
Reservoir Dogs.
But I'm just saying, like, that's what I mean, like, more franchises, just let filmmakers come up with like weird shit, and then if it's a hit, let that director be like, I have an idea for a sequel. Can I also just do whatever I want for the sequel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Oh,
sure,
and,
whatever.
and
Like
here's
the
the
world
thing:
is your oyster.
the world's your oyster. I also said this to you. Every fictional book that hasn't been made into a movie, just do it. There's so many books out there. Just fucking, or even then, here's another genre that we've never actually seen. It's, I think it's only been done once. Do you remember the movie Bugsy Malone? Jodie Foster was in it as a kid.
That sounds so familiar. Why am I
Jodie
Bugsy Malone?
Foster when she was a child.
Oh my God.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Do that genre of movies. Don't just do like, yeah, it's Depression era gangstas, but they're all played by kids playing it straight. Let's do a fucking high fantasy movie straight with a bunch of kids as the cast. Hey, here's a joke, and I did this. I said this
And a
to my
musical? Is
musical.
yeah.
Or hey, play it straight. Do a Normal Ray style movie, but the whole cast is kids. Remember Normal Ray?
hmm
Yeah,
Yeah.
do a Union fucking show, a movie with kids. Just do
I,
weird shit. At this point, it's do weird shit.
I will say on the note you said about like every fiction book to just turn into a movie at this point. I do think like Backrooms, if you remember, if you were on Patreon and you listened to this fucking episode,
Ah,
Backrooms is probably the closest we'll ever get to a House of Leaves film adaptation, and I am
yes.
fine with
Hey,
that.
that's why I said, like, remember the thing is the closest thing we'll get to the Mountains of Madness. This is basically the closest thing we'll get to House of Leaves, and it's like we're getting weird, we're getting different. There's so many things out there that you and I have read, seen, talked about that can be made into movies where it's like it could work. And guess what? It did. The back rooms worked. Obsession worked. You know what's okay? Since when they talk about franchises and sequels that make no sense, but they work. You know a sequel that worked that should not have actually have worked, but it was one of the. It's actually considered one of the greatest films of all time, and it's a
God,
sequel.
Godfather 2?
Yes, think about that. And the joke at the end of that miniseries, The Offer, of like, we got a sequel for you for the Godfather. The sequel, yeah. So Don Corleone's alive. I thought he got shot and killed. How is he alive? It's a flashback. And you watch The Godfather Part 2. The Godfather Part 2 is probably one of the top 20 greatest movies I've ever made.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael Corleone, Michael Corleone is considered the second greatest antagonist in all cinema history. Guess who's number one?
Darth Vader?
Yes.
Yeah.
Think about that. No, think about that though.
Mm-hmm.
The Godfather Part 2 had no business working the way it did, had no business being a phenomenon that it did, that had no business having such heavy, hardcore lines of fucking Mo Green saying, "This is the business we've chosen." I didn't ask who pulled the trigger because it had nothing to do with business. Where people joke about the Fredo kiss thing, or people joke about saying, like, I promised mom I wouldn't kill Fredo until she died. It's been joked around even the Two and a Half Men joked about that. The Fredo
Mm-hmm.
kiss and not killing your younger brother until mom. I'm just saying, like, Godfather Part 2 should not have worked. And it did. And when you watch The Godfather Part 2, it's an insane movie. It's insane when you watch The Godfather Part 2. Fucking Michael slaps the shit out of fucking Diane Keaton over an abortion because she hates Sicilians.
Yep.
Because she actually has become racist towards Sicilians.
This, we're I guess in summation, this is kind of like movies we watched within the half year, and Backroom stuck out to me.
Dude, the
My favorite,
soundtrack was awesome.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Which Kane Parsons is has a co-credit on for the music. Um,
It,
I there is an let no one tell you that no one wants to see original movies. We do.
yes, we
We just
do.
need
God.
we do. And
Oh my god, dude! I hate people who say we don't want to see original movies. Okay, I think this is what people need to get over, and you're bringing this up to me because we're talking about a post 9/11, post COVID time about when we how we spend our money because our wages aren't going up. I
mhm.
was okay seeing shit movies in theaters because at least I experienced something. I know I joke with you that Hurricane Heist is your fault, but I saw something different.
Yeah.
Neon Demon. Daybreakers. Daybreakers. Dude, I saw
Yeah.
Daybreakers. When I saw Daybreakers, and this was before you and I were friends, I saw Daybreakers, I think, in eighth grade or ninth grade with a group of random friends. Oh my God, what a sleeper hit Daybreakers was as a joyride.
Hmm. Yeah,
I saw that on like
just
a, let's just go see it. It's a vampire movie with military shit, and the world is like ending. Fuck yeah. Dude, all of us came out going like this. That was awesome.
hmm.
Go see, we want original films. You were right. Dude, we want original films. We would like to see them in theaters, even streaming though. Original. My wife and
Yeah.
I last night, I fell asleep, but I saw the first hour. I was tired. We saw this a horrors post-apocalyptic film called Azrael. It involves like the after the rapture. I'm gonna go back and watch it. You know what the genius behind that film was?
Hmm.
It was a silent film in color, but you hear stuff. The characters don't talk at all. You have to
Ooh.
figure everything out. No one's talking. No one says a fucking word, and you hear everything.
Hmm.
Think about that. No one talks, but you hear everything.
People want to see new stuff. People There will always be an appetite for that, and people will want to see new stuff in the theaters. I think this year is the Backrooms obsession, and I'm not saying this is some new revelation. It happens every couple of years, but
Yeah, you're
but
right. You're right.
I think it's punctuated as like the superhero movies aren't the money makers they used to be. After Endgame, that kind of played itself out, and now people have higher standards. Maybe the Supergirl movie not doing well in the box office is kind of like there needs to be more oomph. Gotta
Yes.
be, like I said, it was fine, but maybe fine doesn't cut it anymore like it did a decade ago.
No.
So,
Well,
um,
Fine was good in the '90s with like Sleepless in Seattle and You Got Mail. Yes, I
and
remember seeing Tom Hanks movies, but it's true.
and you know what? Hollywood also has to be ready to let certain franchises go for a while. Like Star Wars, it's time to stop. You know
Lord of
what?
the Rings.
Oh fuck me. I don't I pretend that Search for Gollum movie is not happening, but it is. Um, yeah, like okay, Disney. I know you got theme park shit. I know you got a bunch of theme park shit with Star Wars. Maybe just rest on that. Okay, you don't have to come out with a new Star Wars product
Just make video games.
ever again.
I said it
You
before
got
to you.
all sorts of stuff. Yeah,
Just make the video games. The video games are
sure.
better.
Yeah,
Jedi Survivor was fucking phenomenal. Remaster Dark Forces, remaster Shadow of the Empire. Work on your video games. The books are good too.
yeah. Just do that for a while. And you know what? Star Trek's taking a hiatus. It seems in a year or two.
It might be good. It might be for a good reason.
Might be
It
good.
might be for
Might
good.
be good
It
for
might.
Star Trek to
eh,
take a
eh,
rest.
there's a lot of franchises that need a break. There's a lot of franchises that also need. It's like Toy Story. Be ballsy. We're watching
Mm-hmm.
an 8-year-old get cyberbullied. Dude, you don't have to be a parent to fucking feel something.
Yeah.
Dude, I yelled at the screen. She's 8. Why is an 8-year-old being put through this?
Yep.
No, I mean, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
It's
look at Backrooms again. As I said, it ballsy. So that was some ballsy shit they were doing, where it was
mm-hmm.
just what 20 minutes of a guy walking through a space of office stuff.
It wasn't like jump scare, like dumb jump scare bullshit. It was, and like I joked with you. Imagine if this was made in the 2000s, and it's like
Yeah.
you'd have a lot more like teenage shenanigans.
Well, didn't you notice there
Uh,
was a bed in that one scene? So it's like, yeah, teenagers there would be fucking on the bed. There was a
mm-hmm.
bed in that one. The camera guy, his lifeline was tied to the bed.
Yeah.
That no, really, this movie, The Back Rooms, has so much onion layer levels, and I say that because the joke is Shrek 5 is coming out for some who gives a shit reason. And did you know, by the way, Austin Powers 4 is in filming right now?
So it's not just that bad Verizon commercial that I've
No,
been seeing
there's a
lately.
reason why we saw the bad Verizon commercial.
Oh, because
That's what I'm
every time
saying.
I see that commercial, I'm like, God, all these people look so old.
That's why.
Like,
That's why.
oh,
And here's the joke. And here's the thing. I'll say this because it did come out now, and I didn't get a chance to see it, but I want to. Jackass 5 came out. Jackass Best for Last. You know why that works? Yes, it's still Jackass, but it's like the stunts are different. It's shenanigans. The difference is this some things can get away with it. Not everything can.
I think it. Well, it's mostly like those guys. It's like the same
It is those guys,
people.
but no, but
Yeah.
some things can get away with it. Get away. Some things can't. Toy Story 5 works because they put the work into it. They put the work into that script. Mandalorian sucks dick. Fuck you, Jon Favreau. You made a shitty, cheap film.
Yeah.
You did. You did.
Go
But
back to
Jack,
making real movies. You used to be good at that.
yes. Remember Chef? Chef was phenomenal.
Hmm.
Jackass works, and Mel Brooks because it during History of the World Part Two, it was a TV show that was freaking hilarious. It's also on Hulu. History of the World Part Two is hilarious. Guess what else is coming out for Mel Brooks next year? And he's almost 100.
Spaceballs too.
And it might work. The thing is, you know why I'm going to go watch that? Not because I love Spaceballs 1 and I'm a Star Wars fan and I love how Spaceballs 1 made fun of Star Wars. Remember that one line? Spaceballs 1. They've gone to plaid. No, it's because History of the World Part 2 was funny. Was so funny. I laughed and I woke up my son when he was a baby. No, it's funny, Travis. It's ballsy funny. And guess what? Speaking of Jackass 5, guess what Mel Brooks did? Because he's a genius. Guess who played Rasputin?
Oh, who played Rasputin?
Johnny Knoxville. And guess what they had Johnny
That's
Knoxville
good.
do while they were filming Jackass 4? Hey, do the things. By the way, do you know historically Rasputin? You know how he got stabbed, shot, blown
Yes,
up.
yes.
Hey, do those things Jackass style. And guess what Johnny Knoxville did with the actual crew of Jackass? Hey, I'm Rasputin. Welcome to Razass. We're gonna play humans. Hey, no, he did it. All five reasons the ways Rasputin died. This is hey, I'm Rasputin, and this is human Swiss cheese. And they did a firing line where Rasputin got shot 20
Yeah.
times on gorilla camera, and he's like, "Ooh, okay, that sting. Okay, that sting." And you turn the camera, the crew is there laughing. The wee man, Preston,
Hmm.
Chris Pontius, Steve-O, they're all like laughing, but they're dressed up as Russians, going, "Ah!" They cut off his dick. And guess what Johnny Knoxville did? Okay, fuck, we're done. We're done. Oh shit, that hurt. And you know how funny it was that Mel Brooks knew to do it? The camera turns because the other camera guy is throwing up. This is true. During the TV show and the first two movies, they had a camera guy who would throw up randomly because the stunts were too aggressive and too much. So they
Hmm.
brought the camera guy back in to fake throw up. Think of the level of comedy that is.
Hmm. Yeah, somebody put some thought into that. Yeah.
That's why I'm going to go see Spaceballs 2 because there's thought
Hmm.
put into that. Jackass 5, there's thought. Unfortunately, I'll say it. Jackass 4 was fun. Jackass 5 is probably going to be great because, like Toy Story 5, someone cared, like Bruce Willis did for Live Free or Die Hard. Someone cared enough to put thought into this because it's a franchise that deserves love and attention. Not just like this, hey, the new Batman's coming out. All right, but don't we have Batman? What do you mean? Don't we have Batman? It's Robert Pattinson doing Batman Part 2. Yeah, but James Gunn's doing Brave and the Bold Batman, so it's different. What's the difference? He's blue. What? He's
He's
not black. He's blue. What do you mean he's not black? He's blue. Well, Batman wore a blue and gray outfit once.
they used to draw it blue because it was hard to print black in comics at the time. It was hard to draw that way back then, so he was blue. He just had a blue tint.
That's our
Um,
show.
that's our show. That's our super duper halfway through the year movie recap,
And to wrap
everybody,
it up,
with
by the
only
way,
6 movies that we saw.
and to wrap it up, Travis, I sent you a text. You just need to watch at the 1 minute 9 mark for 2 seconds, and we're gonna go
Okay,
home.
we'll do that off recording. So,
Yep. But
yeah,
we'll put it in the link.
yeah,
I'm
because it's not.
Tom.
I'm Travis.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying for probably, I think this is our longest episode ever.
I didn't want it to be, but we couldn't stop talking about Toy Story 5.
I knew it was going to be. I knew. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us and give us the launch codes. You know where to find us on all the socials, on all the websites, and all the stuff. We're on Grinder. You know what movies to see. You know what movies not to
We're not
see.
actually on Grinder. If you want. Are you gonna show me?
I
Are you
sent
gonna
it to you.
No, 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 no. Are you gonna show me your grinder profile?
I might actually do it as a joke
No,
now.
don't.
Hey, what if it worked? What if that got us famous? Um, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Everyone.
Subscribe to Grinder.